Neat lady.
Hi, hi, Holistic. Hi, Lynn. Thanks for joining. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. It's really fun. So so it's great to have. Thank you for joining the Outsiders, of course. New York Times, I think, said the. Oh, hello, Karen. How you going? Good to see you, Richard. Good to see you as well. Richard's coming in. I'm sure Kimmy will be in soon. Hopefully.
Hopefully, multi-dot will be here.
Not yet. Nine dots.
Victoria,
Victoria
hello,
lost
and
it. Yeah,
Erica.
Erica. Tara Lex, thanks for
Oh,
joining. Tara Lex, yeah, yeah. That's excellent. Yeah, so it's been
no
really.
kings. That's what I have no kings on today. No kings.
Oh, do you have no
Can't say
kings?
it.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, exactly. That's yeah, yeah. Is there going to be another no kings protest?
It's funny. I was just thinking about that myself. Oh, there she
Mm.
is. Hi, Naida. We were just talking about you.
Oh, we were just
Look at
talking
you.
about so I watched your interview the other day with Melissa, and I loved it. I thought you were fantastic in it. Really
Yeah,
interesting. And we were talking about having you on this show, The
we would
Outsiders.
love it. We would love
Yeah,
it.
the New
Yeah,
York. Yeah, I think the New York Times said The Outsiders is the best podcast in the world, didn't it?
of
And the Washington
course.
Post and the Wall Street Journal. Yeah, yeah. Don't look that up. Don't check that. Don't fact check that. Yeah.
And Naida's
Uh,
cool. She's an outsider like us. You know what I
she's an
mean? She
outsider. Yeah,
gets it.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
She gets it.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So, we would love that. But anyway, so what did I
Mm.
say to say? Yeah, we will, Naida, for sure.
Oh, yeah,
We definitely will.
for sure, Nita. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, yeah. So, have you? So you watched? You've been watching the World Cup soccer?
Well,
Mm,
a little bit. So I'm not really a soccer person, but I will
mm,
say that I have been getting a little, World Cup fever going. I mean, maybe I'm not typically a bandwagon jumper. I have my
yeah.
teams that I'm very committed to, but in this case, maybe I am a little bit.
Yeah,
So, yeah, yeah. But I was not happy with Trump about the red card thing. I thought that was stupid,
yeah, yeah.
even if it was ultimately the right decision. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. So for me, obviously, I'm being an Aussie, an Australian. So I said that. Did I say that with a really good American
You
accent?
did.
An Aussie, an Aussie. Um, I obviously I was going for Australia, but also because I have family members who are Spanish, I'm still going for Spain, which is
Good choice.
they won their game. They're looking pretty good so far. So I had the backup, but I have to admit that the American side this year was very good.
Yeah.
Like it was a very good side, and it also because I want to be fair. I don't just want to be like just because it's Trump and all that. I want to be fair. The player who got the red card, in my opinion, I don't think he should have got a red card. Um, I think it was a little bit over the top, but I still believe that Trump should not got involved
No,
because
exactly.
because it's never been done before. Because here's the other thing: there are other people who got red cards as well, and some of those people will also probably would want to dispute the results of that.
Right.
So, but
Right.
only Trump and the United States got the red card taken away. So for me, it's not whether he deserved the red card. For me, it's well, how come the other countries didn't get their red cards taken away?
Right.
And obviously, it's also because FIFA is known to be corrupt a lot. If you look up, FIFA has a bad reputation for corruption.
Yeah.
Donald Trump has a bad reputation for corruption, right? Um, and of course, FIFA were the people who gave him the Peace Prize, the FIFA Peace Prize. Remember that? Um, so
Even
you
peace.
know, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So again, I do have, again, I don't think he should have got the red card, but
Right.
that's the rules. You can't just break the rules for one country, not all countries. Yeah,
Right. I
mm,
100% agree.
yeah,
And I don't know enough about soccer to say,
mm,
but I'm listening to the experts who have said, yeah, it really was an unfair call, which doesn't
yeah,
surprise me at all because unfair calls happen a lot. It's
yes,
the process that happened. It shouldn't be the president of a country. And Trump would have been the first one complaining if it was reversed and
yes,
the Belgian president was calling FIFA and saying,
exactly.
you
Yeah,
know what I mean? And so it just shouldn't involve politics. But
yeah,
because that happened,
yeah,
I'm kind of glad that the outcome was very decisive. Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
Because then
I agree.
if the US won, there would have been this sort of
Yeah,
I mean, if I
yeah,
were on the team,
yeah,
I wouldn't want the president to get involved because I would be like, "No, stay out of it." You know what I
yeah,
mean? This is
yeah, yeah.
sports, you know?
Exactly, exactly, because he actually, in a way, he made it worse for the team, right?
Right,
Because
exactly.
because because had they won, everyone would have gone, "Well, they cheated."
Right, it would be
Um,
tainted. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
so if he didn't do that and they lost, they might have actually got some sympathy because they would have gone, "Well, that guy should never have been red carded." You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So the
That's
opposite
exactly right. Yep.
the opposite actually happened. It just comes across as, well, they got this help, and then even with the help, they still lost
Still
4-1.
low.
So it's like, yeah,
Right, decisively. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So
anything he touches dies. Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So it's
yeah.
it's just really bad on all parts. Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. That's what really bugged the heck out of me. So,
yeah,
so in that sense, but I'm proud of the team because they did
yeah,
really well.
yeah,
It's the furthest they've come, I think, in like, couple of decades. And so,
yeah,
that's great, you know?
yeah.
And now
Exactly.
let's see what
Yeah.
happens next.
Next. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Um, what about the Graham Platinum thing?
So
Mm,
I just want to say,
yeah.
I just wanna say when we talked about this before. Now you remember we talked about a number of things
Yes.
with him. We talked about the tattoo, and we said, okay,
Yes.
maybe it's possible skull and bones. It's possible he got it not knowing what it meant. It wasn't a swastika, right? We said that.
Yeah.
And we said
Yeah.
cheating on his wife or potentially cheating on his wife. Again, that's personal, that's private. But I did bring up that to
Mm,
me, what bothered me was the report that he was abusive with a woman. That was the thing that really bothered
yes.
me. Not that
Yeah.
I'm using a Nazi tattoo, but I think that there you could kind of make a case there,
Mm,
maybe.
yeah.
But it turns out that it looks like that's exactly what he is a lout that abuses women. And I'm sorry, bye, Graham. Nope.
Yeah.
I have no tolerance for that.
Yeah.
And this is a very credible story. I mean, do women sometimes make up stories? Well, of course, sometimes that happens. Absolutely. I don't think that's what's happening here. I think that this is a guy who's got some issues, serious issues, and should not be running for Senate. That's my
Yeah.
what I
I look, I agree with
think.
you. I mean, you did get this right. Like, you were very consistent that you thought it was gonna be like a slippery slope, and then eventually would find more things about him and all that sort of stuff. You're 100% right. I feel more towards your side than the other side. But I also felt like, um because it was such a close thing in the Senate, that I thought, well, maybe, and also because Trump and Ken Paxton and all that. Um, but I did fall on your side because I did think that, the problem is you lose the moral high ground. You
Right.
know what I mean? So a lot of people will say, "Oh, but Trump, but Trump, but Trump." It's like, okay, well, then we can't say anything about Trump then. You can't say Trump is
Right.
this and Trump is that, and then go, well, the other side, because then it's like two things are happening. Well, okay, so now we jump in the mud with Trump, and we just accept the fact that that means that every time someone says Trump is a rapist or whatever, it doesn't have as much gravitas, because they'll go, well, what about Graham Platinum? Oh, well,
Well,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
So,
yeah, no, and
you
that's
know,
and that's what I appreciate
yeah,
about the Democrats. I mean,
yeah,
look, I think both parties have their problems, obviously.
mm,
But I do
yeah,
appreciate one of the things I appreciate about the Democratic Party is that they have policed their own.
yes,
Maybe in the past there were times where they did not, but they certainly have in the last 5 to 10 years, and I appreciate that about them. And so I would hate to see them also now, like you said, like, get in the mud.
mm,
And look, I get the temptation. I understand it. They're looking at the other side and they're saying, "These guys have all kinds of criminals," and I mean, Ken Paxton, right there alone. Trump, obviously, and they're winning. And I get that. I mean, I understand the temptation, but at the same time, I also feel like, really, don't we wanna be the ones that
mm.
are good guys? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah, and also, like, I
more
I look at someone like Andrew. Well, I think the Democrats up until Graham Plattner had been quite consistent because if you look at someone like
Yeah,
Andrew Cuomo was a Democrat, had all these allegations against
yeah,
him, and the Democrats turned on him.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
the newspapers that were breaking most of the
Falwell?
stories was the New York Times. The New York Times were the people. Was the paper like now? Imagine someone like Ken Paxton or Donald Trump. Fox News were the ones defending them. So I think there's a difference. You know what I mean? Like when someone
Yeah,
like Andrew Cuomo was accused of stuff, the Washington Post, the New York Times, CNN, they all went after him. Um, and when it's someone on the right who's accused of sexual assault, whatever, well, Fox News doesn't go after them. They try to cover up for them. They go, oh, well, it's just allegations or this. So I still think there was a high ground before this that the Democrats had is they were
sure.
willing to go after their own, as where Republicans
Absolutely.
weren't. But
Exactly.
I think Plattner um, changed that a bit. I mean, the amount of stuff that I hear at the moment sounds a little bit like on the Democratic side, or I would say, in my opinion, more the left, the more populist left side, um,
Yes.
is is they stayed with him all the way to the end. Up until, to be fair, that most of them have jumped off the Platinum train now. Like the Ro Khanna has jumped off the thing. Bernie Sanders
Bernie
has. So
Sanders.
there was, even though I feel like it went too far, there was a limit to what they would take. As where with Trump, there was no limit.
There's no limit.
There,
None.
there was no limit. It wasn't like,
Right.
okay, the Access Hollywood tape. Okay, we'll move past that. The act is 40 dozens of accusations. Okay, we'll move past it. Found liable sexual assault. Well, that now we can't. Now we can't. No, no. They still stayed with
They
him.
still stay with him.
There was no red line. At least, even with the left, the populist left, at least they did have some red line. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, but it's funny though because when we were just chatting in the preview room and you were saying that you've been accused by some Australian countrymen of
Yeah.
working for some Packers or being paid by some group or something. It's funny because when I had made some comments about Plattner and somebody said to me, "Oh, you're working for APAC."
Yeah.
I'm
Mm,
like what?
mm,
First of all, I I don't even really talk that much about Israel, but I
yeah.
think Netanyahu's a war criminal. So,
Mm,
I don't think AIPAC's giving me any money. But yeah, like there is that still some contingent that believes that but
mm,
it's very small. I think that the Democrats for the most part are coming around now and they've realized, yeah, they tried to give this guy a chance and he just blew it.
mm. Well,
Yes.
T's got a good
In my
T Ree's got a good point here. She said, "We want authenticity and big ideas, so Maine voters were willing to overlook rubbish." And I think T's got a very good point because I think there is this thing that's happening, and I think we've talked about this, but not just in America but around the world, where populist people like Graham Plattner, people want to overlook sort of personal stuff because he's offering them big ideas on like Medicare for all. He's
Mhm.
critical of Israel, all
Right,
that sort of stuff.
right.
And because some of the populist left, let's just call them populist left, they look around and they see establishment Democrats who don't have the same sort of record or
Yeah,
past, but there's
yeah, I
none
get
of
that.
them none of them are giving them what they want. And
Mhm.
so to them, I feel like it's not that they like Graham Plattner, it's that there's not a lot of options within the Democratic Party that offer those solutions.
Right.
There's actually only a tiny handful of people. As much as the media tries to make it out like they're taking over the Democratic Party, really you're talking about 4 or 5 people. So,
I know.
um, you know,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And no, and I agree with you, and look, and I understand it.
Mm,
I understand that people want big change, and frankly, we need big change, and,
mm,
I actually am gonna be writing a piece on this next week.
yeah.
So, I get it. I understand the sentiment. I truly do, and I agree with T. Reed that you're willing to look past some stuff, that
Mm,
you maybe wouldn't have in the past, or you maybe and just because you're like, "My goodness, if that's what it's gonna take to get some things done," I get it. But you gotta have that you have to have that that
Yes.
line there, and I think that
Yeah.
people are realizing that, yeah.
Mm.
So
I think yeah, I agree because I think what's interesting for me as an Australian is that in Australia I've said this, but we have ranked choice voting, and with ranked choice voting, you
well, so
will
does
have
Maine though, I think, right?
so Spain.
I thought Maine does, though.
Oh, mate, yeah, it does. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it does. I think it does for the primaries. Yeah, yeah. Um, but for the other one, I'm not sure about the other one. I'm more thinking about the not just the state. I'm talking about federal, the
National.
whole country,
Yeah,
nationally. Yeah, yeah. Um, so and the reason I think that's important is because in Australia, because we have it for the nationals, we have centre left, centre right, but then the minor parties, like the progressive side, you'd have the Greens, and on the more far right side, you'd have One Nation, who are actually doing quite well at the
right.
moment. But it's a bit of a weird
Yes,
thing,
we were
but
talking about that, yeah.
they're like a
They're growing.
Trump-like party.
Yeah,
So in Australia, some of the people on the left, right, on the more progressive left, they wouldn't be in our centre left party. They would go, nah, you're too centre left for me. I'm going to jump to
right,
the Greens, or I'm going to jump to an independent.
right,
Um,
right.
and so but in America, because it's really just a two-horse race for the most part.
Mm,
Um, People in the more far left, like the DSA, they feel the only option is the Democratic Party.
right.
As where if they were in Australia, they would have their own party. You
Exactly,
know what I mean? So
exactly.
there's this conflict in the Democratic Party where I don't think the DSA is necessarily represents the Democratic Party. And I'm not saying this as a criticism. I just think if you look at the whole Democratic Party, they're not democratic socialists, right?
No, no,
Um,
they're not like
but
the classic liberals. Right,
no,
they're
that's right.
different than that.
So
Exactly.
yeah, but in America,
And they know
there's a
that, I think.
yeah,
You know
I
what I
think
mean?
they know that.
They realize
Yeah,
that. Uh,
yeah, they realize that, but they don't have another option.
right,
They don't.
because of the way our
They
system is set up. Yeah,
because of your system. But in Australia, they would have another
they
option.
would.
They'd go, you know what? And then, therefore, the centre left party, which is the Labor Party here, um, we don't really have that sort of thing here because they would be like, no, what, you know what? We're going to start our own DSA party because the minor parties in Australia they can have a lot more power than even the numbers that they get. For example, in the Senate, especially in the Senate, because what can happen is a lot of elections are close, and then for a government who wins, they will generally not get a majority in the Senate. So they would need to negotiate with minor parties to get legislation through.
A coalition, more or less.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
right. So
yeah.
they would have to go to the Greens. The Greens might have 6 senators and go, "Look, we don't have enough people in our party. We want to pass this legislation. Will you help us pass it?" And I'll go, "Sure, but you need to give us this, 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 and that." So even though they're not going to obviously be able to run, they still have a lot more power
Yeah,
because of that. As when America it doesn't really work that way. So this is why I think there's a problem in America at the moment where you have really two parties within the Democratic Party fighting each other, but they really shouldn't be in the same party. That's my opinion. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
exactly right, and I agree with you, and I have agreed for a number of years that I think
Yeah.
we need more parties. I
Yeah.
think we need open primaries, and I think we need ranked choice voting. I think that that would completely open up and change our system. And the reason I say open primaries is because I live in a closed primary state, Pennsylvania. Now, my husband is registered independent, right? I'm registered Democrat. He's independent. He can't vote in primaries at all.
Mm.
Not even like he can't even say, okay, I want to vote the Democratic ticket or I want to vote the Republican ticket. No, he's shut out altogether. And I don't think that that's right. I don't think that 50% of your voters should be shut out. Hi, Kimmy.
Hi, Kimmy. Good to see you, Kimmy. Just quickly, Sandra. Sandra's now joined. Thanks, Sandra. Just quickly for Kimmy,
Thank
just
you, Thierry. Agreed 100%.
you can
On the
see
whole point
something.
about senators, I think that they should be.
Yes, exactly.
I don't
Exactly.
think any rando. Hi, Sandra.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think any rando should just say, "Yeah, I'm gonna run for U.S. Senate." I
Yeah.
feel like that
Exactly.
that should be that has a lot of gravitas.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. There you go. She's kind of
I have
she's
my clone
camouflage.
dog
Oh
this
no.
week.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
This is
There's
my
some
clone dog. This is this is my clone of my dog Josie,
climber
who
dog. Yeah.
passed away last year. So we had this stuffed
Taxidermy. That's
animal. We had this
taxidermy.
stuffed animal made of her.
Yeah. That's
So
yeah.
anyway, I said I would bring her, so I did.
Yeah. She's adorable. I'm gonna get nibbles like that. Look, she's like kind of you can't even see her. Told you, Joe. I knew Platinum when it said
Uh,
Sandra.
Sandra,
I told
I
you,
said so
Joe. I
too,
knew
Sandra.
Platinum had more skeletons. Loser.
So Naida, semi-open, does that mean that if you're a registered independent, you can choose to vote either the Democratic ballot or the Republican ballot in the primaries? Is that what you mean by that? I'm just curious what she means.
Mm, mm. Yeah. I just want to.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's at least a little better. My
Yeah.
husband didn't vote at all. So like I'm
Yeah.
registered Democrat, because I'm gonna vote in primaries, damn it.
Yeah. 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 Exactly right. Yeah.
So
Well, look, did you know that on Politico did a story the other day, I think today or yesterday, where they found out that Plattner's party did some internal polling, and they wanted to poll people besides him who might be able to beat Collins, and it pretty much showed that everyone else was competitive in beating Collins. So you don't really need him. You know what I mean? I think you don't really. I agree with everyone. Like I was never a massive Platinum supporter myself. I always thought that they should have. I think ultimately they should have let it go
yeah.
because he was he was going to be like but I get it. I get it because it's the only reason I kind of had any sympathy towards people voting for Platinum was only because in America, as I said, you don't have the other systems. A dude needs to drop the if out the fact that he hasn't tells you
He's
everything.
selfish,
Loser.
Sandra, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Extremely
yeah, I
selfish.
agree. I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. And I've always said from the start that Platinum should have dropped out.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, I just got to rewrite history. But yeah, but no, you did Melissa, and so did Sandra. But yeah, yeah.
Just do what Trump does. It doesn't matter if it's on video. Just say I never said that. I always said that it should be.
What are you talking about? I never said that. This is
I never said
ridiculous.
that. Yeah, you got to do the
This
week.
is ridiculous. You're lying. The fake news. The fake
Yes,
news.
Mitch.
Yeah, yeah,
Sorry, I
yeah.
just.
Sandra's doing fake news. Sandra's doing fake news. Yeah,
um,
yeah.
Mitch. Yeah, I'm sorry. When you run for public office, when you're in public office like Mitch has been for 50 years or whatever it's been now, I'm sorry, you gotta be transparent about you give up some of your privacy and you
Mm,
need to come clean to your constituents about what's going on.
yeah. Did you see the
It is.
did you see some of the people I saw an interview the other day with some of the people who were his who were campaigning on his behalf. And the reporter said, "Did you do some like fact? Because what they do is when they get a new candidate, they'll vet them. And so what they did is they actually hired an outside company to vet um, Plattner. And then when they came back with a report, the reporter said, did any of this stuff come up? Did any of this stuff come up?" And he said, and the guy who's basically his advisor, and he's obviously a massive Platinum supporter, said, "Oh, yeah, a little bit here and there, but we knew that the people in May." So basically, they did get a lot more than they pretended to know. But because they're like, and then they started talking like, well, at the end of the day, people want Medicare for all. They'd rather have Medicare for all than they don't really care about what someone's personal life is. So they knew a lot more than they let out that they knew about it. But this day and age, why would you like? It's also the other thing is like I don't I actually think other people could easily have beat Collins, but the problem is the other people are more moderate. This is more about it's
Right.
not about. And I think for that part of the left is to them it's they also see the Democratic Party as somewhat the enemy as well. They
The
see they
establishment.
see yeah they see Republicans as the enemy, but they also see the establishment as the enemy as well.
Yeah.
So they don't really
Right.
see it as they don't really see much of a difference between a moderate Democrat or a Republican.
No,
Yeah.
no, they don't. And that's in that regard, they're sort of like how MAGA thinks, right? Because
Mm,
MAGA is the same way about hating they used to call it the GOP, the GOP
yes.
establishment, the GOP. I don't
Yeah,
see
that's
that
right.
a lot in these days, but I used to see it a lot, like in 2016. They wanted to burn it down.
Mm,
So in that sense, even though they're nothing alike in terms of their policies, perhaps, except maybe on
mm,
Israel or something like that, they're alike. They wanna
yeah.
kinda burn down the establishment a little bit.
Yeah, I agree, and I think there is a bit of a horseshoe theory thing. It does actually really exist. Um,
Oh, yeah, it does.
yeah,
It
yeah,
does. Yeah, yeah.
where they sort of want to part of the left just wants to like burn the Democratic Party and then try to create it in sort of a more and I get that as well because I think I think the younger people um especially younger people they don't see that life is fair for them. And like, going into a bigger picture, like around the world, in Australia, we've had the rise of the far right in the last 6 months.
Yep.
And a lot of that is because of people who younger people, they're not all young, some of them are like Gen X, but they're generally people who are working class who don't feel life has treated them well. And so they're looking for something else. They're looking for something different. And so yeah, and I think they're like, I don't want to go centre left. I don't want to go centre right. I'm just gonna. I need to blow up the system or whatever. And I think a lot of it is not just about Trump. I think that to me, I feel like Trump, the emphasis on Trump, in a way, is helpful to them because they can then think, you know what, if we just get rid of Trump, everything's going to be okay. But the reason people voted for Trump was because there was something economically
It
happening.
wasn't okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. He just took advantage. He came in, took advantage of the system. But in my opinion, I looked at a lot of data, and I think the reason why MAGA exists, One Nation exists in Australia, and Nigel Farage comes down to housing, home prices, and rents. I think they are one of the biggest things. They're either younger people, and sometimes I'm talking Gen X, who haven't been able to go to buy their first home, or if they did buy a home, their mortgage is much bigger because home prices are up. So if home prices have gone up, your mortgage is bigger, right?
Yep.
As where people who bought their homes 10, 20 years ago, their mortgages would be a lot less. So suddenly they have these massive debt in their house that people never used to have to that degree. And I think that cost of living, and then you got um, young people who can't, who rent. In the old days, when I was in the 90s, when I was growing up, I would I would rent, and then while I was renting, because the rent was so low, I would save up for a mortgage. But now the rent is almost as expensive as a mortgage, so it's like, well, you can't do that, so you have to live with your parents. Like it's like, um, and then a lot of times, for example, the Boomer generation, younger people will look at them and go, wait a second, these people bought their homes for like $50,000, and now it's worth like $1 million. And um,
Well, I mean, we bought our house 25 years ago. It's quadrupled in value. So
yeah, yeah,
when we bought it, it was right before 9/11.
yes,
It was like it was a fixer upper basically, right? And
yes,
we were young. It was our first house, and we were like, oh, we'll stay there like 5 years or something. We ended up
mm,
staying,
it's just that,
25
yeah,
years later, here we are.
that's
So
right,
we put a lot of money into it, but yeah, I mean, it's exactly
yeah,
it was an easy first home starter home, and now it's
yeah,
worth a heck of a lot
yeah,
more. So it's crazy,
yeah,
like
yeah,
I thought, how would somebody start even now, like in our neighborhood, which
yeah,
is not by any means expensive?
yeah,
So I agree with you. Housing is a big part of it. There's
mm.
feedback. Why is there feedback?
I can't hear the feedback myself. Can you? Can you hear me or you?
Karen, I saw, said it too in the chat. When I'm
Oh,
talking,
can anyone hear feedback?
Karen said it.
I can't actually hear it. Oh, really? Karen said it. Oh, Karen
Well,
always says
somebody
that.
can
No,
hear
I'm
it.
joking. Yeah, 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 yeah. Um, I can't hear it, but yeah. And but like, look at Zora Mandam. Yes, feedback. Oh my god. Okay,
I don't know
I
what
bought
to do.
my house with a single income. Yeah, it's still there. Okay, I don't know what we can
I
do
don't know.
about it.
I
Uh,
don't know what to do about that. Anybody have
yeah,
any ideas? I'm sorry, I'm so
no,
not
we'll
tech.
just keep. Yeah, I can't actually. Can you hear the feedback, Melissa?
I can hear it when I talk.
I can't hear it when I talk, so it must be a you problem. Is it a you problem or no? I don't hear it. Sandra doesn't hear it. I think Karen's just making stuff up. She's doing it on purpose. It's just
You
um,
can talk
I don't
again
know
in case
why.
you can hear it. Well,
I don't know why Karen would make this up, but it's cool. Yeah, she wanted to cause drama. Turn your
turn your
volume
volume
down,
down.
Melissa. Oh,
Okay, I'll try.
yeah,
All right, let's see if that makes a difference.
yeah. Is that better?
I turned it down.
Is the feedback still there, Karen?
I can't turn it all the way down because then I won't be able to hear Joe.
Yeah, yeah. That's right.
um, Hi,
Hi,
Mary
everyone. Oh,
Leather.
Mary from Melbourne, Australia. Thank you, Melbourne. Thank you for joining, Mary. Um, Melbourne, Australia. That's correct. I'm trying to stir things up. It's better now. That's correct.
Karen's trying to stir things up. I love it.
Karen just always she's got this thing about yeah, I'm joking. Mary, love, yeah, yeah. Mary, I love when I see Mary because I see like a fellow Aussie, you know. Even though we don't even live anywhere near each other. Yeah.
But that's okay.
That's okay. She's from Australia. But yeah, yeah. So I like look at Zora Mandami. Um, I think he got elected because of home prices, but also rents being too expensive. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah. So there's
And just
definitely
general cost of living,
cost of living. Yeah.
childcare and all of that stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. It's bloody freezing here in Melbourne today. Oh wow. It's actually not too
Freezing
bad.
like how like freezing like how much? Like what is the temperature?
She's going to give it to you in Australian though, because we use a different
Celsius?
system.
Okay.
Yeah, Celsius. We use Celsius. Probably like 10. I don't know what that would be. What's that? Like 20, 30? I don't know. Oh, Celsius. Yeah. Mary, bringing you an English breakfast tea. Oh
I'm with
yeah,
you, Sandra.
yeah.
It's hot.
It's bloody hot here in
The United
Omaha
States is hot
today.
right now.
Omaha, Omaha. I love that. I love that sound of that.
Sandra's in Nebraska.
Nebraska,
Wow.
yeah. Omaha, Nebraska. Isn't that like that's a red state, isn't it?
Yeah, it's out in the lower Midwest.
Hello, Midwest. So would Sandra be talking with like a southern accent?
Not not really a southern accent, right,
Yeah.
Sandra? More like a I don't know. I'm thinking more of a Midwestern accent, right? Or
More
maybe not.
Midwest. So
Not
more
a
like the south.
northern Midwestern accent. There's
Yeah,
different
yeah. Okay.
ones.
Yeah. So okay. Because now
Nasty red.
I'm imagining Sandra like talking like, yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, here we go.
No.
About
Uh,
50
yeah.
Fahrenheit.
2 degrees Celsius in the early morning and then about 10 degrees Celsius during the day. Not sure what it is in Fahrenheit. Oh. So I think that would be around 30 or 40, about 40, wouldn't it? 40?
Well, Kathy said it's about 50 Fahrenheit.
Oh, 50 Fahrenheit. Okay. Oh, your hair looks nice, Joe. Thank you, Kimmy.
Noticed your
And
haircut.
you know what, Kimmy? I'm going to be honest with you. There's like been about 70 people here and no one else has mentioned it, which is fine, which I don't really care about. But I'm just saying that, you know, it would have been nice for someone else to have mentioned it and not get to 70. And I also want to say, Kimmy, thank you for mentioning my hair before you mentioned nipples. That's actually quite a big step for you. Yeah. Um,
Not
no,
southern,
it's not.
more northern Midwest. Okay. All right.
But I hear a lot of people
Interesting.
say I sound like I'm from the East Coast. My mum and dad are from the East Coast. Oh, right.
Whereabouts, Sandra? I'm from Philly area. Whereabouts,
Yeah.
East Coast?
Yeah. How, Melissa, how long would it take you to drive to New York City? Would it be like 2 hours?
Um, no, it depends on traffic, but no, I could get to New York City in maybe an hour and a half.
An hour and
Now,
a half.
my
Yeah.
father is from Long Island, which is,
Yeah.
like right if you go past Brooklyn and stuff, it goes out that way.
Mm.
And that's
Ah,
2 hours or so.
Yeah,
depending
right.
on traffic. That's the huge
Yeah. So do you
Oh,
guys
I love
do
that, Sandra.
yeah, Philadelphia, Philly.
Really?
My daddy's from Buffalo. Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. Alright.
That's
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 funny.
the South.
My
That's
dad was from New York, but from, Long Island.
Long Island,
So,
yeah, yeah.
it's so really not far from, like, Queens,
Queens, yeah,
which is
yeah.
one of the boroughs, and then,
Yeah,
yeah, Queens, and then you're on Long Island, and it's not too
yeah.
far from there,
Not
honestly.
too far, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever do, like, day trips? Do you ever go, "I'm just gonna go to New
Well,
York?"
we used to well, yeah, like, we would take the train up, though. It's
Oh,
a
you
lot
the
easier than
train,
driving into the city.
because
So
then you
we
have to
took the
park.
train up
Yeah.
to
I'm from
Penn Station.
Queens. Yeah,
What's
yeah.
that?
Karen's from Queens.
Oh, okay, Karen, nice. Okay.
So
So, yeah,
is she a New
Karen
York
gets
she's a
the
New
train.
Yorker, right? She's a New Yorker.
She's a New
Yeah,
Yorker, that's one of the 5
yeah.
boroughs, yeah.
'Cause
So,
I've done it. Yeah.
um, yeah, it's not bad from here to New York. It's
Alright.
I mean, it's not like a fun trip, you're on the Jersey Turnpike and stuff, but it's like,
Mm.
it's not far unless you hit the traffic, then, then it's
Oh, not anymore. Yeah, okay, yeah. And, Sandra is,
Oh,
dad
yes,
is
drift
from Puerto Rico, but moved to the East Coast when he was 17. Ah, muy
parents
bien.
aren't in Queens anymore.
I'm just wondering if Sandra's hablas español. ¿Hablas español, Sandra? No? Un poco? That's all right.
You're
That's my Spanish.
good.
Yeah, yeah. I can speak a little bit. I can speak a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Not anymore. So Karen's no longer from there now.
Oh, you're in
Um,
Florida now, okay.
yeah, she lives in
There's a
now in
place where you
Florida.
move
Oh
to
my God,
Florida.
is that
Uh,
trader? Are you a trader if you move to Florida or not? No.
no, a ton of New Yorkers move to Florida. That's just
Oh,
like the
okay, that's right. Yeah.
normal
Uh,
it's the normal next step. You go from New York
good,
to Florida. There's so
good
many Long
accent,
Island
Joe.
people down in Florida. I understand more
Yeah.
than I speak, but no, I don't speak.
Uh, muy bien, muy bien, muy bien. Un poco, un poco, un poco. Un poco español. Sí, sí. Yeah, yeah.
That's really
Uh,
not bad. I mean, I'm, like, rather impressed because I can't
yeah,
speak.
yeah. Well, no, but because I'm not fully like my background is not, it's only on one side of the family. And it's kind of going back a bit, but I have been to Spain a couple of times. And when I go there, my relatives, my Spanish side, they will talk to me like a million miles an hour. And I have to tell them, my
No.
Spanish isn't. So you can't, the worst thing to do is to open up with a bit of Spanish, like, hola. If you say hola, they just assume. I moved from Long
Mommy.
Beach to Florida.
My aunt and uncle
Miss
lives
Long
in
Beach, yeah. Oh,
Sorry, I
wow.
didn't interrupt you, Joe, but I saw Susan say that she's
Yeah.
from Long Beach, and that's my aunt and uncle lived right on the boardwalk in Long Beach.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, you
Yeah.
know, which part of Spain? Barcelona. My family come from Barcelona, or as they say, Barcelona, with the TH, Barcelona. Yeah. Um, Also, a lot of people seem to be moving to Florida, don't they, in America? Oh, mine too. Okay.
Aw,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Mm.
Yeah, I actually
So I have been there with my Puerto Rican relatives. Oh, right. She's been to Spain, to Barcelona with her Puerto Rican relatives. Ah, muy bien, muy bien, muy bien. Ah, Galicia. Galicia. I know that. Muy bien. España.
Galicia
So cool to hear where everyone is from, lives and stuff like that. Yeah.
live where they live.
It's quite a big community here, isn't it? Like
It is.
Australia, all parts of that. But I have noticed a lot of people do move to Florida. That's incredible. Like it's not
Florida's
just,
popular to retire to.
is it a retirement because of the heat? Or
Yeah, it's warm all year, up here, Philly, New York, Boston, like, we get rough winters. It's not
yeah,
it's not fun, it sucks, honestly. Unless you like winter, but, like,
yeah.
you like me, no.
Yeah,
Um,
I do prefer the warm, but I don't. But I live in a subtropical area, so it can get insanely hot in summer to the point where it can become a little bit uncomfortable. It's beautiful. What is that? Would anyone like DeSantis? I'm feeling generous.
trying to give away
My
our
sister.
governor.
No, the thing about
We have Josh
DeSantis.
Shapiro, we're lucky.
Yeah, yeah. Um, what's Sandra's? My sister lives in Orlando. There's a lot of people move to
Yeah,
Florida, don't they?
Sissy.
Yeah. I mean, we're not gonna judge those people though. No, we're not gonna judge people if it's wouldn't it be more
Oh,
would it be more patriotic to live in California or no? It wouldn't be more
Wait. Say that again? What?
would it be more patriotic to move to California instead of Florida? Or
Well, it's definitely a blue state
more
versus
blue
red
state?
state thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both
Yeah.
sunshine
I'm not saying
states.
we should block people for living in Florida, but I'm just saying we should I wish I I wish I
I mean,
lived in California.
California's beautiful, but, they have
Yeah,
a lot of stuff going on out there too,
that's true.
They have
It was
earthquakes,
broken when I got here 2
right?
years ago. Okay.
Scary stuff,
Well,
fires.
I was about to block Karen, but I'm not gonna block Karen
It
anymore.
wasn't broken when I got it. Yeah, no, it's true. Florida's really gone very
Downhill.
red. It didn't used
Yeah.
to be that red. It's gone that way.
Yeah. The thing about Ron DeSantis is that he's always considered like he was considered back in the day more moderate, wasn't he?
Yeah,
He was like a more moderate. And then recently he's gone full MAGA. And he's even been saying that the elections in California were stolen. Remember, he's been pushing all that
I
stuff, which is
know.
yeah, yeah,
God.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I know.
I can't
I
stand
know.
it. I'm not a DeSantis fan, no offense.
No, I don't like DeSantis at all as well. Yeah,
No.
and he's obsessed with like,
He's
which is
just
crazy
weird
because
too.
Florida has a huge Hispanic population. But isn't the Hispanic population a lot of it from Cuba, and they hate they compare Democrats to communists? What's this one here? T. Reed. California has some amazing weather all year round. Or relatives, I wouldn't live anywhere else. Thank you, T, for being patriotic and living in a
Well,
in a
it's
in
it's
a blue state. I can't
absolutely
believe
right,
people
though.
live there. What's that?
Everybody I know, because I have family in California too, and everybody I know who lives in
Yeah.
California would never live anywhere else. Like,
Yeah, right. Cuba, Venezuela.
weather, all of it.
Yeah. I'm always like, how is this state red when we were the people fly Confederate flags everywhere in Florida? It's gross. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen some really beautiful photos of the beaches in Florida.
Oh,
Really
yeah.
beautiful.
White sand
They say
beaches and all that.
yeah, beautiful
Especially on the
beaches
Gulf
and stuff.
side.
What's that?
Especially on the Gulf side, I think.
Oh, the
It's
Gulf side, yeah,
really
because they've got, like,
gorgeous.
the Caribbean. The Caribbean's not far, isn't it? So you could probably get, like, a boat and be off in Epstein Island, St. Martin's, in about an hour or something like that. Isn't it St.
I
Martin's or something?
think,
Isn't it?
yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the Gulf states. Cubans don't like the Democrats due to the Bay of Pigs. Oh, right, yeah. I thought
Yeah,
that was the
Cubans
case.
usually vote Republican, that's true, that's been that way for a long
Yeah. Yeah, because they're
They
kind
were
of like
Republicans were more anti-communist too,
yeah,
and a
that's
lot of the
right,
Cubans were
yes.
fleeing
And they were
Castro.
finding that yeah, it's like Marco Rubio is, like,
Right.
obsessed with, I personally live in Oklahoma now, but I do love the entire West Coast. So,
Oh,
is Oklahoma a red state? It is a red state, isn't it? Yeah.
oh, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
hurricanes, same.
Hey.
See, I always think of all of the weather and natural disasters, like, I'm seeing
Yeah.
Oklahoma and I'm thinking, F5 tornadoes, and I see
Mhm.
California, I think earthquakes and mud and fires, like, I'm like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like and
yes.
then Florida, hurricanes.
Yeah, yeah, Florida, yeah, yeah.
It's
I
terrible.
know.
Like, all I think
They
of
do
is
get a lot of
disasters.
yeah. Well, in Australia, we get a lot of, hurricanes as well. In north of where I live, up north, we get some really bad ones.
Do you
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, we get but unfortunately, they're generally not in the most, populated areas. They're generally further up Queensland's, coast, but you can get some Category 3 and 4s up there. I'm Cuban and Puerto Rican on my mum's side. That's why I know so much. Oh, excellent. Yeah, Puerto Rican, mum's side. Muy bien. So a lot of Spanish there. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's amazing because it's a very like we don't have a Spanish speaking culture in Australia. Like it's not like there's not a lot of people who speak Spanish in our country. But if I went to America, I could probably like use my Spanish a lot more in America
Oh,
because
yeah,
In
absolutely.
Australia, it's like it's not a big language here. It's like
No,
you're way more likely to speak Greek or Italian or something like that than
it's
you are
so
Spanish. Yeah.
okay, that's interesting. Okay, yeah, no, you would find especially in certain communities, absolutely. You
Yeah.
you would be
Yeah. I
you
could brush
would
up my
use your
Spanish
Spanish
because
more.
I never
Yeah.
I never get a chance to speak it here, so I could improve my Spanish by going to America.
That's right.
um, yeah, yeah.
Come on over.
Um, vamos, vamos, vamos. Yeah, you know what? I think I am planning to go to America in the next 3 or 4 years. Yeah, so I'll definitely come and visit you. Yeah, I think
Yes,
I'm definitely going to do it.
look me
Yeah,
up and we'll
I
we'll
will.
come and visit you wherever you end up,
Yeah,
whether you're in New York or Philly or wherever you go. We'll come visit you.
yeah. Oh, I'd love that. I'd love that. We could even like have one night where people in this community we could all meet up somewhere,
All
like
get together.
all get together in real life, and then what we
That
could
would
do
be
is
fun.
we could film it. Yeah, like all of us talking together in real life. Yeah.
That would be fun, and we have to guess who is Sandra,
Yes.
who's LeVay or Levy, who is
Yes.
Dots.
Yeah.
Eh,
Yeah.
Only we could see because she has her picture, and everybody knows what we look like now too, and we could see Naida because she's got her picture, but everybody
Yeah.
else there, we would have to figure out who they are.
Sandra did have her real. I think it was a real photo up at one stage, and then she hid it. So I think I
Gotcha.
know what Sandra looks like. I think she's got a couple of tattoos actually. She's kind of like, yeah,
Nibbles just got up.
she might have been like in a gang or something. I don't know. But she's, you know, it
I say
it
we
was
meet in
that's
the middle of
me.
the
I mean,
country.
also, I think Sandra's looked quite young. I think she's a little bit. I don't know. I don't know how young she is. Oh, that was my dog. Did you see Nibbles?
That's what I said. I said Nibbles just got up.
Yeah, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, she's running around.
He's running around.
Wow,
Yeah.
Sandra.
Oh wow! Oh my
No,
god!
I'm
Oh god! She's
impressed.
wild. She's wild. This is yeah,
My
yeah.
husband has a couple, but I don't have any tattoos. Nope,
You know, where does your
not a
husband have
one.
tattoos? Where does your husband have them?
He has one on his arm that is he got it years ago. That it's this American. It's like an American eagle, like tearing through an American flag.
Oh wow!
It's all
Really?
yeah. And then on his leg, he has it's a symbol for a rock band. What's the name of the band?
Like
Black Label
indie rock?
Society. Black Label Society.
Oh yeah.
He
Okay.
likes
Yeah.
metal.
Yeah. Yeah. Because he
So
was a
it's
big,
yeah.
obviously big fan. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You were in that tornado TV? I have a slight obsession with tornadoes.
Yeah.
So I know about that May 3rd, 99
Yeah.
tornado.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
I am terrified of tornadoes. I was in a tornado once. Well,
Yeah.
on the outskirts. We were down the shore in New Jersey, okay? New Jersey.
Yeah.
And there was a terrible storm, and I looked out the window because there was all this lightning, and all of a sudden I see a gigantic funnel cloud, and I'm telling my family, "Tornado's a tornado." Nobody believes me because we're at the Jersey Shore.
Mm.
Turns out it was an F3 tornado.
Wow.
Tornadoes
F3.
Jersey ever had.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. I've been in a category 2 in here in Brisbane a couple of years ago,
What,
and
a
that's
hurricane?
yeah, yeah, hurricane, yeah, which is unusual for Brisbane. Brisbane doesn't usually get hurricanes. Um, we usually get the hurricane will start up north, and then like by the time it becomes like a tropical storm, it comes down here, but it's not really a hurricane anymore. Um, but this was a proper one, and I've never felt anything like it. It was the wind, the sound of the wind at
Yeah,
night was it was like
it's like a
scary,
pool.
and that was a category 2. That was a category 2, yeah. Um,
We had
but
Hurricane
yeah,
Sandy here. That was pretty bad. That was in
yeah.
2012, and I
It
mean,
was scary, Sandra. Yeah, it was scary. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah. Yeah.
it is scary though. I don't I weather
Yeah.
stuff scares me. I don't like it. I'm s
I was
Well,
once
Sandra, you're only 45, you're a baby.
yeah. Yeah, but she's got tattoos, like, I think she was in, like, a couple of different gangs, and then, like, she had to get some tattoos for, like, the gang tattoos on one side and stuff like that, yeah.
You get a
Yeah.
very what
Yeah,
will be
very
attitude. I guess you have
uh,
to when you live out there.
yeah. We stand on the porch and try to catch a glimpse. Oh, wow. Yeah, yeah. That's incredible. I
I
only
have to
ever
say I
got
do understand that though, because they are
you do
amazing to watch, but then I'd be like,
yeah,
"Okay, I'm going down in the basement now."
do you ever follow those storm chasers? People
Oh,
like
yeah.
in Australia, we have storm chasers, and they will go to the hurricanes, and they will actually film it. Or yeah, so it's pretty incredible watching that sort of stuff. Um, yeah. But yeah, we do get a lot of fires here in Australia as well. Fires, hurricanes, hail. Do you get a lot of hail where you are? We get
Yeah.
massive hail.
Mhm.
Like a year
Summertime
ago,
we
we
do.
had my tattoos are birds and flowers. Ah, that's the gang.
That's
I think
nice.
that's the bird gang. I've heard about this gang. Um, yeah, my yes, it's
My
quite a
daughter
tough.
has a tattoo of Snoopy.
Oh, Snoopy. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Snoopy
cute.
was always
Yeah.
my favorite, and then she was
Yeah.
raised to
Yeah.
love Snoopy.
All right. Yeah. This is the only tattoo I've ever had, and it's like a tattoo of that.
Oh, okay, yeah, I've seen that. That reminds me of, like, Prince.
Yeah,
Didn't
it is
Prince
like a
for a
Prince
while, like,
tattoo,
change his
but it's actually
what is it?
I I I think I might have said this before. I When I was like 21, some friends of mine wanted to go get a friend of mine, she wanted to get a tattoo, and so a group, but she wanted to get a big tattoo.
27,
Like she
27.
was going to get like a tattoo on her back, and it's an unk. That's right, it's an unk, and
Never
it's
heard of
Greek.
that.
Yeah, it's like it's a Greek thing. It's a Greek thing. Now it I didn't know what it was because I just looked up and I wasn't willing to get one. I just said I'll grab that one because it was small, and they just put it on my chest. My other friends got some other ones, but apparently it means life. But it also can mean female fertility as well, as in like you give life. I didn't know that at the time, obviously.
Well,
I'm
that's
I'm a
yeah.
big supporter of female fertility. That's why I got the supporter.
Nothing wrong with that. You're very
Yeah.
pro-life.
Yeah. Even when I was 21, I was a supporter of this. You know what I mean? I felt really
Yeah,
strongly about it. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's an
yeah.
unusual thing for a 21-year-old man to have, but it does life fertility. I got one from a partner when I was a teen. Egyptian symbols for life, and yes, and female life giving. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I just think it looked good. That was the only, and you know
Yeah, it's
what?
cool looking, right?
Can I just
Just
say,
reminds me of the Prince symbol a little.
yeah, a lot of people will say it's like the Prince symbol, which I'm a massive fan of Prince, so I actually like that.
Right.
Um, but it actually, this is the reason why I had some sympathy for Graham Plattner when he said, "I went and got a tattoo and I didn't know what it was," because I did the same thing. I went and got a tattoo and I didn't know what my tattoo was, and my friends who got the tattoo, they also didn't know what their tattoo was. So you know what I mean? Like, I think it's a plausible thing.
I get that.
Um,
Yes, I agree.
yes,
I think that's possible, sure.
he got a Nazi tattoo. I got a women's fertility one. They're not the same thing, but we still kind of, you know what I mean? And I didn't go in with Marines. I went in with a group of friends, but I like the way you pronounce tattoo. Oh, come on, Joe. Okay, I want to admit now that I did know it was a no. um, I think a lot of people do get tattoos they don't really understand, especially when they're young. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's
because 'cause you're kind of
I think it's cool.
impulsive and you just think something
Yeah,
looks cool and that's it. Yeah. No, I
yeah,
think
because
that's
you like
how
the
do
look
yeah.
of
It's like
tattoo. Is that how I pronounce it? Tattoo,
kinda, yeah.
tattoo,
We say
tattoo,
tattoo.
tattoo, tattoo. I thought I said I thought I was saying tattoo. Maybe not. Yeah. It might just be the thing. Yeah, true. I did get my first tattoo until I was 35. Wow, that's pretty cool. Adorable. Yeah, 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 yeah.
You're the oldest person here. You feel old here.
Going back to Graham Platinum, I actually thought that
35?
35.
Okay.
Who's 35? Oh,
Well, no, she said she got her first tattoo when she was 30. Okay,
oh,
so
she got her
well,
first tattoo when she was 35. Yeah,
I
I
thought she
don't
was
think
saying
that's
she's 35, and I was like, "Damn, I
yeah.
feel really old." Oh, Kimmy, you and me are the same age.
Give me 54. Melissa, you are not old.
I love
Oh,
that, Kimmy. We're the
no.
same age.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. I know.
Thanks, Sandra. I feel old.
Oh, Sandra is really supportive
Kimmy, were you
now.
class of '90 from, like, high school? Age twins, right.
Age twins, yeah.
Were you class of 90?
No, I'm 45. I'll
45,
be
I'll be
46 in
46 in
September.
September. Okay.
Mm, yeah.
Right. So you're yeah.
Wow. You and Kimmy are like, Joe, how old are you? I'm 49. Yeah, yeah. I'm
Oh.
49. So I'm turning 50 next year. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
So
you were born in 77.
77. Yeah.
Okay, so you're a year older than my younger sister. She was born in
Yeah,
78.
yeah, yeah.
So you're on the
Yeah.
young end of Gen X, like
Yeah,
90.
but I think Gen X can go down to 45.
It goes to 1980. So people born in 1980.
Ah, so I'm 3 years before a millennial. Yeah, okay. I never
Millennials
I
start in
always
81.
Oh, right. So, yeah,
Yeah.
so, like, 5 close to 5 years after I was born, they're like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you're
Um,
you're on the younger side of Gen X though. Because
yeah,
the older Gen X is
I don't
around like 60. Yeah,
yeah,
you're like
yeah,
the Sandra, you're like
Sandra's
the very edge of Gen X.
yeah, and Sandra's still Gen X as well.
She is, yeah, she's like in the last year of Gen X.
She's in the last year of Gen X, and I would hate to have been a millennial, to be honest with you. Because I loved indie music. That was my thing. That was my biggest thing. I loved, like, grunge indie music from the early '90s.
Yeah,
So
yeah, me too. I love that stuff
so
too.
yeah, yeah. I'm old Gen X. Oh, okay. So most people here are Gen
Born in the
X.
'60s, Karen? Were you born in the '60s? Now my older brother was he was he was the older Gen X. He was in
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
my brother and sister and I are all Gen X, but we're like at all different stages
Yes.
of it. I'm like right in the middle.
Right in the middle. Yeah, yeah. I like the Strokes. The Strokes I wasn't as big a fan of, but yeah, the Strokes were a good.
Okay.
I actually watched the Strokes in real life in Sydney. I went and watched them, like, I think about 12 years ago in Sydney. I watched the Strokes. Yeah, they're a really cool band. I actually really enjoyed them. Yeah, their music. I
Cool.
listened to them today. Good on you, Sam. Yeah, amazing. It's a good band. Um,
My
yeah.
husband was in a band when I met him. He was in a punk band.
Oh, was he? Oh, wow. Wow.
I'll have to show you a video sometime.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what instrument did he play?
Well, he could play guitar, but he was the front man.
Oh, he was the
And he would
front man.
stage dive and
Oh
do the
my
whole
god.
thing.
Oh my
Yeah. Oh, he
god.
was crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. Really? Yeah. So it was like a full-on punk band.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Well, they were what they called hardcore. So they were
Oh,
like,
yeah.
no, you don't do drugs and all that. And then yeah, like they were real.
Wow.
They recorded like I don't know, an EP, I
Mm.
guess you would call it. And then
Yeah.
that was kind of exciting.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oh, and did you meet him when he was in the band?
He was still in the band when I met him.
Mm.
The way I met him was he was
Yeah.
we were having our house sided. We
Yeah.
were teenagers, and,
Oh, so you've known him
he
since
was
you were like how
working for
old?
the contractor.
Oh, wow. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, and so we were teenagers at the time, but we just stayed together, that's all.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever break up and get back together or not?
Yes, actually, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty common
Yeah.
when you're like a teenager, then you break. How long did you break up for?
It was
This is
like a
like
summer. It was like 1
this is like
summer.
Oprah
Yeah.
Winfrey. I'm gonna start my own Oprah Winfrey show. Yeah. um,
No
yeah,
FX?
like NFX. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, that's
Oh,
interesting.
no.
Yeah, because I had a long term relationship when I was this is like yeah. We're gonna open up here about
Yeah, yeah. Let's get
um
personal.
let's get personal. Yeah, yeah. In my early 90s, in my teen, I think I was 17 when I met my first like proper girlfriend, and we were together until 25.
Oh, wow, that's a
That was
long
quite a dig.
time.
Yeah, that's an old punk
Gotcha,
band from the
Sandra.
80s.
Let me
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
let me just answer Sandra real quick.
yeah,
He was, like,
yes,
into, like, Misfits, Youth of
yeah.
Today, I don't know. Who were some of those bands? I don't remember now. It feels like it's been so long. But, like, he saw, like, Nirvana at, like, a tiny little club really early on.
Is he a big fan of the Smiths?
No, he didn't get into, like he
Yeah.
wasn't into, like, the Smiths or the Cure or that stuff. It
Mm.
was harder edge stuff.
Yeah, he was more hard rock.
Um,
Okay, yeah, yeah. So more like
Circle
hard so
Jerks,
Black Sabbath?
Black Flag,
So
like that kinda stuff.
Black Sabbath? He was into that or
Well, I said Black Flag, but yeah, no,
oh, Black
we
Flag,
like
yeah.
Sabbath too. Yeah, no, but
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay,
Anyway,
great, yeah.
I didn't mean to
I was
interrupt you.
I like those as well. Yeah, The Cure. The Cure was good. I love The Cure. I love the Smiths. Um, yeah, they were
Yeah.
kind of really cool bands. But yeah, I in Sydney years ago, the big day out, I think it was like 94, we had, or 93, it was Nirvana, Hole, um, all those type of bands were, came to Australia. The Smiths, Girlfriend in a Coma. I know it's
Oh, yeah.
serious. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 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 yeah. His like lyrics from the Smiths, the lyrics are amazing. When you actually read the lyrics from the Smiths, like they're pretty dark, but they're they're pretty amazing. Like for a teenager, reading the Smiths lyrics is pretty cool. Yeah. Um, yeah, I liked it. But did you follow a lot of like pop music as well?
Um, I think I did in the earlier '80s, like when new wave was
Yeah,
around, and then I kinda got off of it later in the
yeah,
later '80s, and then, a little bit. '90s, I was much more into, like, grunge and
grunge. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Into
more
that
than
stuff.
pop,
Yeah.
because I feel like the pop music then was a lot of, like,
Yes.
I don't know, Mariah Carey and I
Yeah,
don't know,
exactly.
Spice
Yeah, yeah,
Girls, I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, like, no, I didn't
yeah.
really get into that stuff.
I did love Prince. I was a
Oh,
massive Prince
Prince,
supporter.
yeah, Prince, absolutely.
Yeah, and he came to Australia, about 15 years ago, but it's after he decided he'd become a born again Christian. Do you remember when he became, um, known
So
as the
weird.
former Prince?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he became a born again Christian, and he decided that his old lyrics were too risque, and he hated it. "Aha, Kimmy, Joe has a broad Aussie accent. Mine is different." Oh, okay, yeah. Um, so, um, what did Kimmy say? Um, loved all those. Oh, I didn't hear that. Kimmy said, um, yeah. So I watched Prince in concert after he turned born again Christian, so he refused to play any of his old songs. It was all only his new songs, so it was kind of boring. Yeah,
Ah,
um,
yeah.
yeah. So it was. I thought it would be my only chance to see him live, so I
Yeah.
went. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, totally, right? I mean,
yeah.
that's awesome.
Oh, making fun of Joe. Okay, that hurts. It's a little bit hurtful. Um, I'm very sensitive, Mary. Very sensitive. Um, yeah, but do you think I have a broad accent? I think I have like a city accent. I think I have like inner city accent. I don't think I sound like Steve Irwin or or Paul Hogan. I think I have more of a city accent than a broad accent than someone from the rural area. Yeah.
Um, you definitely sound very Australian.
Really?
To
Crikey.
me to me, you do. What do
Crikey.
I know? I mean, you know.
Crikey. Yeah, 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 I know, I know. I mean, I don't mind it, but I mean, like I grew up in the inner city. You totally sound like Irwin.
I mean, I
Yeah.
could kinda hear it too, like, I don't disagree. I would like to see what Mary sounds like just because I would want to
Come
compare.
on, Joe. Seriously, I'm like a sophisticated, like, you don't know my country, but in my country, I'd be considered like an inner city sophisticated person.
Oh, like
With
the
an with
coastal elite?
Yeah, I'd be like the coastal elite. You have a Queensland accent, and I have a posh accent. I was joking enough, but Mary, I have to say this: I'm not a Queenslander. So people in Australia, where my state is up north, Queensland, it's had a reputation for being like a redneck bogan state. We call it bogan, but you call it redneck state. But for the whole state, right? But I live in the capital city. But I'm actually from Sydney. I've only been here 10 years. So I actually come from the capital city of, not the capital city, but the inner suburbs of Sydney. So very similar to Mary. Um, so I shouldn't have a broad Queensland accent because I've only been to 10. I'm over complicating the conversation. I'm not sensitive about it at all.
And wait, where's
Um,
Mary from again?
she's from Melbourne, Australia. So she's down
Melbourne. Okay,
all the way down the bottom of the country.
gotcha.
And then it's like the second most popular, like it's really Sydney and Melbourne are the two big cities.
Right.
And then Brisbane is like where I am is like the third biggest city. Yeah. Um,
See, now
but
when I hear Brisbane, I think of Jaws.
really, what,
Because
what?
in Jaws,
Yeah.
um, Richard Dreyfuss's character was supposed to go Hooper was supposed to go to Brisbane to study great white
Mm,
sharks,
yeah.
but then they had a great white shark right there on Amity Island, and so he stayed on Amity Island to
Yeah.
study the shark that they had
Yeah.
there.
Right. Okay.
But that's where he was supposed to go with his, like, grant to Brisbane.
To Brisbane.
So when I hear Brisbane, I think, "Oh, sharks."
Yeah. We don't have, like, the thing about Brisbane is we don't have many beaches in Brisbane.
So that's
Um,
weird, like, why was he going there?
yeah. That's a weird
I don't
thing.
know.
But the state that I live in does have a lot of big, beautiful beaches. Like if I go north, there's beautiful beaches. If I go south, there's beautiful beaches. Like an hour each way, you will have the most beautiful, some of the most, like, you've heard of Byron Bay,
What is it?
Byron Bay, Byron Bay, Byron Bay.
No, I actually
It's
have
like it's like a famous beach in Australia. It's where a lot of people who want to take Instagram photos, influencers go, all that sort of stuff. The beautiful people love Byron Bay. It's a beach town, but it's very very bohemian, but also very expensive. Um, and it even had like a Netflix special about it, where American influencers came, yeah, and spent time in Byron Bay. But yeah, we do have beautiful beaches around where I live. Uh, in Melbourne, Melbourne is considered very cold. Yeah, like
she
yeah,
said that, Mary, that it's like a baby London, always cold.
yeah. My cousin is in Melbourne right now, waiting for her grandbaby to be born. Oh, that's
Oh,
nice.
that's nice.
Yeah, yeah.
And then T. Reed did inform us that Plattner did indeed drop out.
Yeah, he dropped out. Yeah, I just read that. Wait, because I heard someone
I got the
say it.
breaking news alert
Yeah,
too.
but he's apparently blaming it on the deep state or the establishment. I don't know. I don't know if the establishment made him get a tattoo. I'm not sure if the establishment made him like do all
He
those things. Yeah,
actually abused women? No, I don't think he
yeah. I don't like
either.
blaming the establishment is such a ridiculous thing. All the Hollywood movie stars, but houses in in Byron Bay, by bitch by.
I'm with Sandra on that
That was
one.
Sandra. Yeah, my heart is on the
Good
beach. I,
riddance.
I'm I'm a I'm a beach person as well. Like my spiritual place is on the beach. Like
Oh my God, me too.
there is
100%.
nothing I love doing more than being on the beach. Yeah, yeah. That's the great thing about being in Brisbane because not in Brisbane, but around Brisbane, it's some of the most beautiful beaches um, in Australia, probably the world. I think. I will say the world, actually, the world. No, but they are. But it's like being on the beach like all day and just going in the water and coming out. I don't know. There's something about it. Yeah, yeah.
It's like
Um,
just I
yeah,
love going
yeah,
to the beach.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I like the mountains too, but I prefer the beach.
Yeah. Are you a good swimmer, Melissa? Did you, like, do a lot of swimming
Just
when you were younger?
average. I'm not like some
Average
great
swimmer.
swimmer. I'm
Yeah.
like an average swimmer, but like I just love the whole I just love
Yeah.
everything about the beach. I just love
Yeah.
being there. I don't know why. It's some people find it annoying being at the beach. They're like,
Really? Yeah, some people don't
"And"
like the
yeah, like
sand.
it gets on their nerves, like, yeah,
The
like they
sand
find it
gets a
annoying.
bit too much. I actually love the sand for some reason. I love the
Exactly,
seagulls,
Sandra,
the
that's how I
the
feel.
sound of the
I could
yeah.
stay there all day. I could just stay there all day.
Oh, I mean, when I lived in Sydney, I lived on Bondi Beach. I lived in Bondi. Have you heard of Bondi?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
where That's where that
Yeah, where it happened, yeah.
shooting
But
was,
the
sadly,
even
but
before
yes.
the even before then, Bondi Beach was like an iconic beach in Australia. Um, I actually don't know why it was so famous, but it was like a nice beach, but I was just more touristy beach. But I used to love living there because I'd walk from my house to 2 streets back and you'd be on the beach. It was beautiful, yeah. And so you'd get up in the morning and just before you go to work, you just walk along the beach and grab a coffee. It was such a, like, beautiful thing to do. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that would be
And
so
then yeah, but in Australia, we have very good swimmers. I don't know if you ever see the Olympics, um,
the
even
Olympics,
though
yes, I think I've heard of it.
No, you've heard of the Olympics? Yeah, yeah. No, but have you heard of Australia doing well in swimming at the Olympics?
Yes. Yes, I have.
Because we only have a small population, but when it comes to swimming, we actually usually have some of the best swimmers in the world in both male and female. And that's because we have a lot of people in Australia, when you go to school, they just do swimming all the time. There's like swimming classes, there's swimming groups, there's like,
Oh, wow.
it's a really big culture in Australia of like becoming a good swimmer. Also lifeguards. A lot of people do lifeguards things when they're young, and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, uh, pack a cooler, hunt seashells, have drinks, get a tan. Yes, please.
Exactly,
That way. Yeah, yeah,
exactly. Like,
yeah.
I don't know how anybody could not love that.
Love the beach. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Does your dog love? Did your dog love the beach?
My dog has never been to the beach.
Really? Wow. Yeah. Nibbles?
And the beach is only about an hour away, but we just
Yeah.
like 45 minutes, 40 minutes, but we've never taken her there.
What's the
Really, we're
closest
trying
beach
to
to
get
you? What's
your
the closest beach to you, Melissa? What would be?
the closest would be, like, Asbury Park, Belmar. Asbury
Mm.
Park is where Bruce Springsteen's from,
Oh, wow.
famously.
The
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
his first album was, like, Greetings from Asbury Park. Belmar, it's about 40 minutes away. That's the
Mm.
closest beach. It's in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New Jersey. Yeah, so New Jersey has beaches. Yeah, right.
Lots of
Nice
them.
beaches.
Lots of them,
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm. So, yeah,
Wow.
that's the easiest place to get. Point
What
Pleasant, that's probably the easiest ones to get to.
the AP and NBC just announced
Yeah, that's what
Graham
we
Platten
saying,
just
yeah.
announced, oh yeah, we heard that.
Yeah, he did, he dropped
That's like
out. That's good.
that's like, yeah, 2 minutes ago news. But thank you for that. Like that was um but yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see if the thing I don't like about this Graham Platten thing is that they're trying to hold the Democratic Party in Maine hostage by saying that they want to say in who the next candidate's going to be, which I think is a bad thing. Yeah, yeah.
Um, Meaning the party choosing the
Yeah,
candidate?
so Graham Plattner has to resign by a certain date, and if he doesn't resign by that date, that means they can't put forward another candidate for that place. So what he's saying is the Democratic Party in Maine, the leader of that group came out and said Graham Plattner and his team is putting pressure on us because they want to say in who's going to be his replacement because they want to put in
Why
another.
do the
What
Democrats always have these problems?
I know,
I
I know.
can't
But,
figure it.
well, I'll say that the woman who said that because I watched her video, it was really brave of her to come out and say, you know, Graham Plattner, they should have no say in who the next person is. The people of Maine should decide that. So yeah,
Alright,
I
I
know
gotta
it sounds
respond to 2 things.
yeah,
Izzy, Cape Cod, love it. My husband and I
yeah,
went there on our honeymoon. Um, Mary Leather, I know this sounds controversial, but why did this woman take so long to come forward? She said that first of all, she was afraid, first of all, just
yeah,
because,
yeah.
like, it's scary out there. But because she shares his politics.
Mm,
And so
that's
she
right.
felt like
Yeah.
she didn't know what to do. Like she felt conflicted
Mm.
about stopping someone who shares her politics.
Yeah, and also I don't think it's that unusual for people who had that experience to not come out till later. Like because Graham Plattner wasn't a stranger. It was her partner. So it was she had obviously feelings for him. So it's more complicated than you're just walking home and some guy just
And it
jumps
was
you.
some
Do you know what I mean?
random
Yeah,
exact
that's right. Then that's when I think more people go to police. But when it's someone that you've been in a long-term relationship with, I think people, and maybe I think she said it wasn't something that happened all the time. It was when he was really drunk. Um, that for her, and women, people can be in abusive relationships for years and not do anything about it. You know what I mean? Because
Oh,
they
I
feel
know.
because they feel manipulated, they
Oh,
feel trapped.
yeah, and they're afraid they
Um,
won't be believed.
yeah, they won't be believed. Yeah, yeah. Tamara's here. Thank you, Tamara,
I
for
agree with you
joining.
there.
Yeah,
Oh my
thanks for joining,
goodness.
Tamara.
Tamara, you're here.
What's that?
I said Tamara is here.
Yeah, Tamara Johnson. Yeah, I just yeah. Hi, Tamara. She keeps missing me. Yeah. I keep missing. Yeah. Thank you, Tamara. We had a really good Substack live the other day. I'm actually sad about Graham Plattner. I wanted him to be the real thing. Yeah. And look, I totally get that. I totally get that because I think what's happening is that people are dying for something new, and they just feel like they're not going to be as excited with a moderate. Do you know what I mean? Who just says moderate stuff, and therefore they're like, it's not so much about Graham Plattner, but more about the fact that he only represents a tiny bit of the Democratic Party. And because of that, they feel there's not going to be another sort of, it's not like there's 100 Graham Plattners in the Democratic Party. There's only like 4 or 5. So in their point of view, they're like, it, well, if it's not going to be Graham Plattner, it's just going to be another stock standard Democrat. And that's why I think I feel devastated about the Graham Plattner situation. What a mess and missed opportunity. Yeah. There's got to be more progressives. I mean, more people like that who have those policies without, without all that baggage. There's got to be, yeah,
Of
uh,
course there are. Of course
yeah,
there are.
yeah.
It's
Maybe it was because he was charismatic, and that was you know what I mean. He kind of ticked some of the boxes. Like he was in the Marines. He kind of spoke a bit like a common person. I personally wish never found a Plattner. Not
see,
my kind of guy.
Sandra
I'm
and
off that
I,
one. Yeah,
we think alike.
yeah.
I
I
I
agree.
I
I,
agree.
I prefer John Ossoff as well, and that's got nothing to do with the fact that his mum, I believe, was born in Australia.
John
Yeah,
Ossoff's mom was born
I
in
think
Australia.
I think that's what Mary said. John Ossoff's mum was born in Australia.
Yeah, she just said it again.
Love John,
Well,
and his
see,
heart
that
is great.
explains it then. That's why he's so
Yeah,
great.
got me smiling. Yeah, my pleasure. Yeah, exactly. So it's the closest thing we'll ever have in Australia to having an Aussie American president.
I love
Yeah,
that. I
yeah,
love that for y'all.
yeah. We'd really like that. We'd really like John Ossoff to, he could be like the Steve Irwin of. She was born and raised in Sydney, where I was born and raised. Yeah. Wow.
How far is Sydney from Brisbane?
On the plane, it's 1 hour. So you have Melbourne at the bottom of Australia. So it's all on the east coast mostly. So Melbourne's right down the bottom. Then about a little bit further up is Sydney, and then more up. Thing handsome AF. He's classy. I want my politician to type not try. Yeah, he's good looking. He's good looking.
Exactly,
He's good looking.
Sandra.
He's very
Classy
good looking.
all the
I'm
way.
not, as you know, I'm straight. But if I had to pick a politician,
You don't need to
it would
go there,
if I have a list of it would be John Ossoff and Barack Obama in the tan suit. They would be my choices. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Good call.
Can I just say this? I'm not a massive fan of Gavin Newsom. I don't know if you know.
I
Um,
just I don't like having your
he comes across as
I
too.
just
I love you.
don't. I don't
I
like
agree,
him.
Joe.
He's too
Yeah,
slick or something. I don't look,
he's.
if he was the candidate, I would obviously vote
Oh
for
no, I would. If I was American and he was a candidate against
so
Republican, I would vote for him.
but I
Yeah.
don't like him either. I just I
Oh,
can't
she Sandra
explain it.
loves Sandra loves him as well.
He's
He's
too
slick.
slick. Exactly, Gary.
Exactly.
That's what I
That's what I
think.
think. Yeah, I don't think it just doesn't seem authentic to me. And then suddenly he'll go from I'm against billionaire tax, and then and then the billionaire tax becomes popular, and then suddenly, actually, I've done 4 billionaires tax. So it's just like,
Well, and
it's
then
just
when
like,
he right,
yeah.
had Bannon on that podcast, like,
Oh, yeah.
no,
No,
no, Bannon? I mean, come
yeah,
on,
he's
you
yeah,
know?
he's trying too hard to be someone that I don't think he really is in real life. I like Newsom a lot, although, I think he's an amazing speaker. Yeah. Newsom reminds me of a used car. Exactly. That's what I think. Do you know what? I will have to say this. I think Newsom is like a slicker version of Trump in some ways, in the way of, um, if Trump if Trump was uh, if Trump
Right.
was better spoken, he was like, I just feel like there's something inauthentic about him, unauthentic about
I
him.
think so too. Now I see that Sandra and I disagree on Newsom a little bit. I agree with Izzy, if he's the candidate, I will absolutely vote.
I would also, yeah, I would pick him over
But
Republican, but
I
I would pick. I
just
don't agree with someone of what he's done,
yes,
but I do think
that I
for his
agree with.
administration.
He has stood up to Trump, which I've
Yeah.
appreciated. Yes, I completely agree
Yeah.
with that.
I don't know what, he's the male Hillary Clinton according to the Democratic Party. Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, to me, I just feel like, and also from a completely objective point of view, Nibbles has had a busy day. Sorry, I just noticed. Yeah. She had a big morning this morning. She did a walk. Seems like a TV presentation of a car salesman. Yeah. I'm getting a lot of support here. I think that's great. Um, so,
I kind of agree. JD Pritzker, I like.
yeah. Yeah.
He's alright.
Yeah. But
I like
I,
my governor. I like Josh Shapiro. I think he's awesome.
yeah, I was about to say Josh Shapiro. I also
I
think
love
he's
him.
easy to hate for most people. He's good looking, smooth talk. Yeah, but see,
I think that's true too. He's the
I
easy one to
agree,
right to pick
but
on.
I like the fact that he's good looking because I am a little bit, I don't know what the word is. I'm a little bit superficial. I just, um, and so look, I look at John Ossoff and I see a good-looking guy, and I think that's really good because I think it can help. Do you know what I mean? I think Barack
I
Obama
do
being a
know what you
good-looking
mean.
guy,
John F.
Barack. I
Kennedy.
don't just mean good-looking. I mean like someone who's charismatic but good-looking as well. Do you know what I mean?
No,
Um,
I do.
I think
I think that
so.
matters.
I think it does matter. That's why I think John Ossoff. I thought Barack Obama, the way he looked. I think Josh Shapiro has a good look about him as well. I think he's like, he's got that sort of like clean cut. For me, it's not with Gavin Newsom's look because I like the fact that he's good looking. It's more the way he presents. I like Josh Shapiro, but he's almost too vanilla. He's always yeah,
I don't
I agree actually. Yeah, because in this age of the outsider, he's comes across as too establishment. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Um,
I don't disagree with that. But he
yeah.
is very effective, I will say, as a governor. He's been wonderful here.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
but I don't
Yeah.
disagree with all of that. I think that you're right about
Yeah.
that. It's a little
Mm.
maybe has a little of the vibe that, not quite as much, but maybe a little of the Newsom vibe of just being very scripted.
Yeah. I think to me, Josh Shapiro comes across more authentic, more authentic than Newsom though. I feel like he means what he says. Yeah,
He
yeah.
does.
Josh Shapiro. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
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 and that is what counts is just he gets shit done. I mean, it's just the
yeah.
way it is.
La
Obama
pizza. Oh
put
yeah.
anything hands down. Obama is a generational
Mm,
leader. I mean, like, we're not gonna replicate Barack Obama.
mm,
Like, he was a you know what I mean? Like, he's
mm.
special.
Yeah. Comments or is it comments on Tallarico? Yeah, I also think Tallarico is good looking. Oh, sorry, we're not talking about. We're not. Sorry. Oh, sorry. You mean his politics or? Yeah. All right. No, no, I get it. No, I reckon. Right. He's still such a swagger. It's insane. Yeah, I think Tallarico is. I like Tallarico because a couple of things. One, he's young. Um, and secondly, he's well spoken, and also he's trying to make he's trying to get away from people being religious having to be a right wing thing, and
Yeah,
he's
I
trying
do
to
like that.
realign religion. So just because you're religious doesn't mean you're conservative, and I think he's trying to make it more popular and more accepting for people to be religious and be left wing as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
And to me,
right. To be a
yeah,
liberal Christian.
exactly. And to
Yeah.
me, Obama's everything to me. I absolutely love him and his family. Yeah, I love him too. I mean, Michelle Obama, amazing. The kids are amazing. He will win. Texas is so red. Will he win? Well, Tallarico seems to be pretty much close to Ken Paxton, doesn't he? In terms of the polling.
Polling right
Um,
now.
yeah. And I think the thing is I think you can over attack someone these days because I've actually seen it in Australia and America. The more you get attacked by the media, and a lot of people have attacked Tallarico. They made up stuff that he was a vegan and
Trans.
or trans and all stuff. I actually think in this day and age it has the opposite effect because he then becomes the outsider. And I noticed an ad that Tallarico ran a couple of months ago, and he said, and the ad was, "They're all attacking me," and you know why they're all attacking me, and showing who he was attacking him, including mainstream media. He was positioning himself as the outsider because you remember Trump. Trump would say, they're coming after me because I want to support you," and so Tallarico is using similar tactics where he's saying, so the more he gets attacked, I think that the more he will become the outsider and the more popular I think he can become. Um,
Could see
so
that.
I,
Could see that.
yeah, yeah, because no one really believes he's a vegan. So that's a lie. Um, yeah. Tallarico is just good dude. Nobody will be able to take that away from him.
Yeah.
He's shine
Well,
through.
true.
Did you know, Melissa, he was on the Joe Rogan Experience about a year ago or so?
I did know that, yes, and I
Yeah.
think that
Yeah.
was very wise and smart because 'cause we've talked before
Yeah.
about candidates going into behind enemy lines, so to speak, and
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
places where people are not expecting. So,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I think that that was very smart of him.
Yeah.
I
And, yeah, bye, Kimmy. Thanks for joining. Nibble said hi. I just one of her little ears just popped up. You didn't see it, but just one of the ears just went up. Um, yeah, meet people where they are. Exactly, tomorrow. Exactly. And
exactly, yeah,
yeah, and I think
absolutely.
the thing about the Tellerico interview is that at the end of it, um, Joe Rogan said, um, "You're really refreshing. We need more of you." You know what I
But
mean? So he's this guy who's because Tallarico lives in Austin and Joe Rogan lives in Austin. So they actually live so it's not really that unusual because they live in the same city. Um
yeah,
so um but I think he showed that you don't have to be like a a redneck to appeal to people on both sides. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to look like a redneck to appeal to people. So my only advice to
right,
someone
right.
like Tallarico is don't try and act to be like something you're not to try to get the male because that could also come across as inauthentic as well. You know what I mean? If he tries,
Absolutely.
if he tries to be, because he's obviously not like an MMA guy. So, I mean? So don't try and pretend to be that. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Like, just
yeah,
be who you are
exactly. Yeah, you,
and meet them where they are. I
I mean who they are.
I agree.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think there's some good candidates on the Democratic side. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. No, I do too. I feel like that's where the fresh people are. I feel like
Mm.
Republicans are just MAGA retreads.
Yeah,
I feel like there's much going on over there. The
yeah,
same old crap, and eventually I know, like, people don't believe this, but, like, I do think eventually this will come to an end in some way. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mean that, like, suddenly the 3% of America that is MAGA is gonna suddenly go away. They're not. But I don't think this is going to, and it may continue to dominate the Republican Party, but I think that the public will finally get sick of this crap. You
mm,
know what I mean? And that, you know,
yeah.
and that's when the Democrats can, I don't know, that's what I think. I don't know.
I
I mean, I
I
still
I
think the best thing would be to have more parties in general. I think you could feasibly have a MAGA party, a progressive party, and then you could almost just have a moderate party that's like center right and center left people, you know?
yeah, exactly.
But
I agree with you. I'm so glad Plattner has gone. That I can't say that word.
Yes.
It's just, it's so rude. Okay, can you believe that word that Sandra used? That, um, I hope we end up only someone with a tattoo would say that sort of, you know what I mean? Only someone with a
Always someone
tattoo would
from the
say,
gang, yeah, a bird at
otherwise the
your
no, she's so street. Um,
gang.
I hope we can find someone good, and I think this speaks for the integrity of Democrats. I agree.
Yes.
I agree. Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Um, yeah. Shut up, Joe. She said, "Shut up, Joe." I think she meant "Shut up, Joe." So yeah, yeah.
yeah, but I think
Wow.
that's Freudian slip, Joe.
She's getting like violent. You know what I mean? Like it's a tattoo thing to get, to get started. So it's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, getting rough around.
we're seeing the gang part of Sandra Pot coming out now, which is a side that I've seen before, but other people haven't. You know, so yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. I mean, they're like butterfly tattoos and stuff, but behind it, there's something, yeah, more aggressive going on. Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, I agree. And you know what? I think the best part, um, the thing about populist parties is that the worst thing that can happen to them, I want to say, pure gangster. um, well, like I've always said, I think these extreme political positions actually winning is a strange phenomenon that COVID and social media and the algorithms in the middle of this because that's what most voters want. Yes. Um, I actually think that the best thing that can happen to a populist party like MAGA or One Nation Australia or Nigel Farage reform is get voted in. But it's also the worst thing because
Oh, absolutely, they're better
populist parties
in the
good
outside.
at diagnosing problems, like everyone else says. Oh, people are having it tough. This is happening, whatever. But they don't actually have proper solutions. So
Right,
when they come into power, they can no longer be the flame throwing party, which is what they're good at. They're like the grievance party. They're
right,
very
we
good at
can't
being the
govern.
opposition. Yeah, because now they have to govern.
Mhm.
Now they've said Joe Biden did all these things and vote me in, and it'll all become good again. And then what happens is they get in, and they've made all these like put everyone's expectations up, and then they get in, and it doesn't work. So what happens is everyone turns against it.
Yep,
Um, you saw that with Trump, but in America, in England's Nigel Farage, who's the leader of the far right wing party Reform, he was in charge of Brexit. Remember Brexit,
of course, yeah,
where Britain broke apart.
2016
Exactly.
from
Yeah.
the EU, of course, yeah.
So Nigel Farage was the leader of that group, and they were like, "Get rid of Brexit, and your life will be better." Well, actually, economic life got much worse in the UK, and most people now regret that they did Brexit. So, two examples of far right wing parties saying something, and then it comes true, and then when it comes true, the opposite is happening. They're so bad at the solutions. They're so bad at the solutions. And right, DJT has done a good thing. Yeah, this is the thing that
Yeah.
I will have to
All he
say,
does
and
is
I
destroy things, that's it.
exactly. I will say this about Trump winning the last election. I don't actually think it's a good thing that he won. But had Trump just lost to Kamala Harris by a small margin, MAGA would have still lived on in a big way because um, because they could, and because
I
what
would
would
have
have
said it
happened,
was stolen, first of all.
yeah, inflation still would have been bad even if Kamala Harris won. Do you know what I mean? Because things are not just going to go back to being perfect. And people will still go, well, maybe we should have voted for Trump because, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
the mythology around MAGA would have still been there if he just lost the election because he would still be the opposition. And they and things would have. We'd like to think that everything would have been perfect with Kamala, but there still would have been inflation and issues and housing prices and all that. Um, so I think the best thing to get rid of MAGA was Trump winning was actually the best way to get rid of MAGA in some ways in terms of the future. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Because
he's his
the
worst
mythology is
enemy.
now gone.
He's
Yes,
his own
yeah,
worst enemy. Yeah,
that's right.
I
Yeah,
agree with you, right, this idea that as soon as he gets in, he was right about everything, everything's gonna go
mm,
back, and it's a friggin' mess.
yes,
Made everything worse, it was bad enough as he made
yeah,
everything worse, so
yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And I think that's why the cult is. I think the cult will disappear to a large degree because I think there'll always be a percentage of it. What do you think of this? Um, Tucker Carlson said the other day and that he's leaving the Republican Party, but he's also saying that he likes JD Vance. Um, if JD Vance ran at the next election with the support of someone like Tucker Carlson, um, could he run to the left of someone like Josh Shapiro when it came to Israel and wars overseas? Yeah,
We talked about that before. I think that
yeah,
that's a strong
yeah,
possibility.
yes, yeah, yeah, yeah,
And we already know that some populist left wingers will go
yeah,
for that.
yes, yeah. I agree because I'm wondering people like the DSA, for example, people who support the DSA, and no Tucker, a great A loser, yeah, exactly. Because a lot of the people who support people like say the DSA, like even Zora Mandami, a whole bunch of those groups, a lot of them are a lot of thing that motivates them is Israel and the wars in, you know what I mean? And the wars in the Middle East. It's a big part of their motivation. If JD Vance runs in 2028 with the help of Tucker Carlson, he's like, we're going to get rid of APAC. We're not going to support Israel anymore. And Josh Shapiro is a Democrat. And he says, well, I don't agree with everything Bibi did, but we need to still support him. I could see them outflanking and even maybe getting some support from the populist left because
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, yeah, I know
They're
it would be a very strange thing,
they are
you know.
very motivated by the Israel
Yeah,
issue there.
Israel issue. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it wouldn't shock me because look, they also got some support from people who supported Robert F. Kennedy Jr., right?
yes, that's
And
right. Yeah,
because my thinking was they're never going to go from supporting Kennedy to supporting Trump. And some of them
yeah,
did, these Maha people, right? Some of them did.
yeah,
So it wouldn't shock me at all if some
yeah,
of them then went
mm,
to Tucker Carlson
yes,
and Vance.
yeah, yeah.
How
I
weird would
agree.
that be?
It would be. I was thinking about the other day. I was thinking it would be this. I don't even know how I could register that. Imagine having
I
people
know.
on the left, like going, yeah, JD Vance is better than Josh Shapiro. Like that would just, you know what I mean? But I can
It,
really see it happening.
I could see it happening if because I think if they go anti-Israel,
Yeah. Yes.
which they're both have done essentially already,
Yes.
that wouldn't be very shocking for the group that
No.
very, very motivated to be
Yeah.
anti-Israel.
Yeah.
And
And JD
I'm not
Vance.
saying I'm for Israel necessarily here.
No.
I
No. No. No.
don't
I'm
come
looking
across
at
that
something.
way. I'm just saying
I
that
agree. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
one of the people who that's my top issue. You know, some people I think that's
Yeah.
what they will vote on. That's it.
Yes.
Because we know they did in 2024. They didn't
Yeah.
show up for
Yeah.
Kamala because they were like, nope.
Mm. In
So
Dearborn, Michigan, places like that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and I agree. I mean, I'm not a big supporter of what Israel is doing in Gaza and the Middle East, um, but yeah,
no,
it'll be
me
interesting.
neither.
It,
Not at all.
it
Not at all.
yeah, I'm not sure Democrat socialists are going to fall for people like Tucker and JD, knowing that fall in love with Mandani, going to vote for either one. Yeah, now I will say this, Sandra. Like at the moment, I'm not sure. See, I don't know because the Israel thing is a very very big thing. Um, and yeah, I don't know because it depends on how they sell it. Do you know what I mean? Because there's been a lot of stuff that's been leaked to the media, and I think it's coming from JD Vance's camp myself. And a lot of stuff that was leaked was that JD Vance was against the war in Iran. Right? Have you heard all those things that he was fighting against it and all that stuff? I
He
think
didn't want to go to right.
yeah, because then when he goes to the 2028 election, the first thing Josh Shapiro could say is, well, hold on, you supported your president. And he'll go, well, I think we all know from the leaks in the media, you know what I mean? I was the only person against it. And so then he's trying to create some credibility around it. You know, I'm
Yep.
still stunned that people believe all of Dumpy's lies. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 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 True. Yeah. I know. I know. But it'll be interesting to see because then if the Democrats got more of a sort of populist person, that would be a harder argument to make against. Yeah,
For sure.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah.
I
But I
I
think,
I
yeah,
hope that is true, but I think that in this era that everyone knows JG the Chameleon can't be trusted because he can't has 0 principles.
yes,
But I also
yeah,
think I don't think it's out of the realm of
no,
extreme possibility, like they used to say on the X-Files, that that scenario could
mm,
happen.
yeah. I
Right?
think you have like where you are right now because it's quite dark where you are.
I know.
It was funny because you mentioned X-Files, 'cause I was imagining you being like, what's her name in the X-Files? What was her name? Sully?
Scully.
Uh, Scully. Yeah, you look a little bit like Scully from the X-Files in
Oh,
that
I
sort of
wish.
imagery. Yeah, yeah. Fool me once, fool me twice.
I
Yeah,
know, it got
honestly,
really, really dark here, and I don't have
yeah.
anybody to turn a light on for
No,
me.
I think it's a good look because then up here, it's super bright. Like, it's, like, bright, and then, like, down the bottom, it's like it's like a different I like it.
It's
I
a
think
good
it could be
contrast, you mean, or
the contrast, yeah, the contrast between the 2, the super light, and then I like it. Yeah,
okay, good, because we stayed on later than I thought, and so the sun went down, so now I'm, like, sitting here in the dark,
yeah, good. Yeah,
and I'm
agreed, Joe.
upstairs, so I'm everybody else
Mysterious.
is
See, look
downstairs.
at Sandra said you look mysterious. Like, agreed, she's yeah, yeah.
Ooh, okay,
Wow.
that's
It's
cool.
amazing. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'll go with the
yeah.
Scully thing, I'm good with that too.
I like the Scarlet. Yeah, I was a massive fan of the X-Files.
Oh, me
Massive
too, I love
massive fans.
I
Yeah, yeah,
loved the
yeah.
X-Files, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
David Duchovny I thought was great in that as well.
Oh my god, I love
Um,
Mulder. Yep,
yeah,
yep.
Mulder was really cool. I could be Mulder. I could be Mulder. Where are you, Melissa? Oh, she wants to know
You
where
mean
you're
like
from.
in my house? I'm, like, at a desk on our 2nd floor because I had to sit up here last week because we were getting our or the last time because we were getting our floors done downstairs. They're done now, but I kinda liked sitting up here,
Yeah,
and then, but now it got it got really dark, and I don't have a
yeah.
light on, so oh, sorry.
No, what state? What state?
I'm sorry. I forgot to marry you weren't here earlier when we were all talking about where we were from. I'm right outside Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like 10 minutes
But
outside.
thanks for telling us for 5 minutes that you're in the, upstairs. So now we all know you have multiple.
What it was I usually am sitting in my dining room,
Oh, really? Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and it's brighter down there, so it got really
yeah.
dark up here.
I kinda think it looks cool. I'm
Alright,
kinda
well, we'll go with it
I
then.
I'm kinda looking a little bit I feel like a little bit jealous. Yeah, I feel like you're kind of the cool grungy one now, and I'm like I don't know.
I
Sorry, I knew what you
yeah,
said that
you
before.
said that
I'm in
we're
Alaska.
in
Oh, yeah,
Alaska.
tomorrow's in Alaska. I
It
love
won't
that
be
so
dark for
much.
2 weeks from I would love to live in
Oh my
Alaska.
god,
I love
I
the
have a
light,
massive
so
thing about
I would
Alaska.
love it to be light
Yeah,
all the time. Oh,
yeah.
yes, of course.
I have this thing about Alaska, and I don't know what it is. Did you ever watch the show Northern Exposure?
Oh, yeah, back in the day. Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
Kathleen Turner and yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, I love
way
that
back.
show, Northern Exposure.
It was cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that too.
It made me wanna go to Alaska. Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
I've never been there. I've had some friends that have done the cruise to Alaska. They look
84. What's that in Celsius? Mm.
84 is pretty warm.
Is it?
Yeah.
Like, could you walk around with a T-shirt on?
Oh, yeah. 84?
Really?
Absolutely. 84 is
In
very
Alaska?
yeah, it's warm.
Wow, so Alaska does get warm in summer. Okay. Surp surprised I thought it would be cooler. Yeah, a little bit disappointing, Tamara. Well, it wasn't actually filmed at what? Tamara, don't.
That's
My
disappointing.
god. That is Tamara, you just broke my heart. Really? Where was it filmed? Oh, Tamara, this is bad.
Wow. She even got a tan, it's been so warm.
Oh my god. Where was it filmed, Tamara? No, I've got a hard tan, it's been hot. I've got a heat tan, it's
Great.
been hot. Oh, great tan. Where was Northern Exposure filmed? Oh my god. Where was but it was all
Canada,
it was
maybe? Vancouver?
Oh, Canada. You think it would have been like Canada? Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
Vancouver. They
Vancouver,
film a ton of shows in Vancouver.
but that's kind of a guess. Okay.
Actually, I think
Global.
X-Files was filmed in Vancouver too.
Oh, really? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, see, it doesn't upset me about that because it doesn't really, it's not really location based with X Files, but with Northern Exposure, it's supposed to be Alaska.
Right.
Like for people like me from overseas, we were, I do remember people saying, "I
What's
want to go to
advertising?
Alaska. I want to go to Alaska because of Northern Exposure." So I actually know people who went to Alaska because of Northern Exposure, and
Really?
now only now to find out 30 years later that they went to the wrong place, that they should have gone to Vancouver instead. Wow.
Very
That's like false. That's false advertising. I
disappointed.
don't think. I don't think that should be allowed. I'm actually really upset about this, and I'm a little bit upset at Tamara too for breaking the episode of this. Yeah, yeah,
We're just kind of
um,
ruining breaking that mythology that you
yeah. Because that was kind of the whole thing. It was like you're living in Alaska. Like he was that he. They did a pretty good job of depicting Alaska and the culture. All right. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Sarah Palin's from Alaska, isn't she? Yeah.
just
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Do you remember when she said she can see Russia from her
Oh,
house?
yeah. Well, I think that was from
No.
wasn't that actually from Saturday Night Live?
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah,
Oh,
yes. So she didn't say that, yeah.
yeah.
No sex is not
It
real,
was
right?
Tina Fey.
Actually, I didn't know that, but thanks, Tamara, for ruining another part of my
What? Santa's not real? That's not
what?
true, right?
Tamara's just come on here and just, like, made, like, just
Yeah, SNL, right. Tina
it's
Fey.
awesome, yeah. So she didn't actually really say that. I thought that was a skit
No.
based off
What
reality.
she did say, though, was that
Yeah.
she said that, Alaska is actually only across a channel or is from Russia. But then
Yes.
it was Tina Fey that said, "I could see Russia from my house."
Oh, right. So she
And
exaggerated
Tina
what she said.
Fey is from Philadelphia, so can't go wrong.
Oh, really? Tina Fey's from Tilga.
Jersey
Wow.
jeans. You from New Jersey?
Yeah, wow.
The area, so
I've
Jersey.
yeah, so, the,
I went to school in Jersey.
the 250th birthday of, independence for United States, I found out that Philadelphia was a big part of that. That's where they went to do where they would come and meet to talk about what to write in the independence, in the Declaration of Independence.
You
So
didn't know that already?
I did know that, but I didn't know to what degree. I thought it was like something. I didn't realize it was just Philadelphia. I thought it was
Philly's
like,
where it happened, baby. It was
yeah,
all in Philly.
wow.
That's right, Izzy,
You're a
Philadelphia.
big you're a big part. You're a big part of American history, aren't you? In Philadelphia, yeah. But it was like a massive
Absolutely.
part of it. It was a massive. So
Well,
it,
I did tell you, though, that my ancestors came over on the boat
yeah,
with William Penn,
yeah, right. Okay,
who was the founder of Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Wow.
Yeah.
And so all the places where they held those meetings to talk about it, are they? Do they still exist?
So
Those,
Independence Hall is there, but
yeah.
it's kind of a replica.
Okay.
It's not
So
the
it's not the
original.
OG, not the original.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. But it's been there a long time, but,
yeah.
and then you can go see the Liberty Bell, which is
Yes.
right down there too in that
Right.
area, and,
Yeah.
um, yeah, yeah, it's pretty neat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Then,
pretty
the
cool though.
Constitution Center is right there, very nice.
Yeah. 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 I
So if you
know.
ever come to America
But
and
I
you
know
wanna
because
learn
it's
about
like it's
colonial
like 'cause
history.
of course, America wasn't all 50 states when all this was happening. It was
No, it
only
was
like
13. 13
yeah,
colonies.
15 colonies, yeah. But Philadelphia was one of the OG of the colonies, wasn't it? Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Delaware
yeah.
was the first state, but the colonies, I mean, Virginia was probably the first.
The
I think
first one. But
Virginia
but
might have been first.
Philadelphia was pretty
Pennsylvania was an early, yeah,
Pennsylvania was early. Yeah, yeah. It was an early one. Yeah, yeah. And yeah,
yeah,
Virginia.
Virginia, I think it
Yeah,
was,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's so interesting that Philadelphia played such a big role
And
in
Massachusetts
the
too, sorry.
Massachusetts,
Plymouth
yeah.
Rock, yeah.
Yeah.
Plymouth
Where is
Rock
the
is
Plymouth Rock?
Massachusetts, so Massachusetts,
Oh, Massachusetts.
the
Yeah,
Bay
yeah,
Colony and all that, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, the other place I wanna go to is Boston because I wanna see, the tea where the Tea Party, where the people threw, but apparently where the boats used to come in, it's actually now all land. So, the actual, because they built on top of the water, and so the actual place where the Tea Party was, where they threw the tea into the water, doesn't actually exist anymore in the sense of, it's now been built by over land, so it's a bit further out. Yeah, I think that's true.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me. That kinda makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah,
Massachusetts,
because I
that's
was
where
watching
I
a
am.
documentary. Yeah.
I like Massachusetts.
Massachusetts,
I
that's
love the
where
East Coast
Is he?
personally.
Is he in Massachusetts? Massachusetts. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
where Naida's from too. Well, she's
Oh, right.
originally from New York, but she lives in, I think, the Boston area now.
Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I like your idea of Boston, of course, Cheers, um, and, the TV show Cheers, remember? Um,
Worse. How can I
yeah,
forget?
Boston, that's not all land. Yeah, yeah.
Love Cheers.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, Cheers was a great show. And if Tamara is about to tell me that that show wasn't actually filmed in Boston, please don't tell me that. Um, my dad's side from Boston, I can get back to the 1700s, then lose the thread because there are a bunch of William Marshes. Then, oh, okay, wow. So how far back? So your family goes back how far?
Hi, Dave from California.
Oh, hi, Dave from California. Good to see you again. Thanks for joining.
Um, wait, you're talking about my family?
Yeah, your family. How far does it go
So,
back?
so, um, William Penn came over here. It was like the early 1600s, I think.
Right, early 1600s.
And so my one strand of my family, because the rest
Yeah.
of my family are all like 20th century immigrants, but the one
Oh, right.
strand of my family, right? Because they came
Yeah.
over from like Ireland and stuff. But the
Yeah.
one strand on my mother's side came
Mm.
over, yeah, with William Penn. And like
Wow.
I live not far from like where they settled way back then,
Yeah, right.
1600s, and they built a Quaker church there that still
Yeah.
stands. My
Yeah.
ancestor built that church and it's still there.
Right,
Pretty
okay.
cool.
Yeah, interesting.
So it goes
Wow.
back like 8 generations for me. It's 8
They did right. Yeah, okay.
greats.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
something like that. So that maybe that's 9, I don't know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, that's like it's pretty interesting. But the rest of my family mostly came in the 20th century from Ireland, and then I have one branch of my family that came from Hungary,
Wow.
but before it was this, this guy here. This was many years ago.
Yeah, before Victor Orban. Yeah.
Exactly, right, before it became right wing, yeah,
Yeah.
Mecca over there. Boston is straight up on the Atlantic Ocean, it's fully coastal. Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah.
no, no, that's we I didn't mean that we were I don't think that that was what you were implying, right, Joe?
Oh, no, 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 no. I was just
No.
saying that, the actual where the boats actually were, there's been a little bit of land put over where the water was. There's
Yeah,
still water there, but it's not
yeah,
in this the actual land does the water doesn't start where it used to.
right,
They've built
exactly.
over some of the water.
The
Yeah.
harbor there,
Oh, yeah,
right.
there's still water. No, there's no longer any water there now. It's, yeah. Um, I've got several ancestors that came here in the mid-1600s, Virginia, South Carolina. That's my slave owning side. Oh, tea. Wow. One of my
Ooh,
favorite
yeah, wow.
bands is called Nantucket. So I've always wanted to go see Nantucket Island.
So,
Oh,
my husband and
it's
I went to Nantucket when we went to Cape Cod for our,
yeah,
honeymoon 31 years ago. Um,
yeah,
it was beautiful, we loved it there.
yeah, yeah,
And we also went to
yeah.
Martha's Vineyard. So we were all up and down on the actual Cape, and then we visited Nantucket, and then we visited, Martha's Vineyard. It was lovely. It was a really
Mm.
nice place to.
Yeah, I've heard Martha's Vineyard's very nice. Yeah,
Oh, it's
mm,
lovely, yeah.
yeah.
I
One of my
in
sorry to
Nantucket with the little cobblestone streets, and there's,
mm,
like there's little cottages, and there's, like, roses that just, like, grow
mm,
with wild roses growing over the cottages. It was just beautiful.
yeah, that sounds nice. Mm,
Yes, things. Okay, so I'm so glad you mentioned that, Tamara, because, like, back then I got married 31 years ago, that was a very popular show then. And I got a
Yes.
shirt. I got a Wings shirt there because we went to the Club Car, which was the bar or restaurant or whatever where they would hang out, and we went there. It was there, and, yeah, and I got the shirt and all. It was fun.
Wow, that sounds
Mhm.
nice. Yeah, yeah.
It was lovely.
Because, like, where you live, you can drive to some pretty you can drive around a lot of places, can't you? You've got a lot of places around you where it's quite nice,
Yeah.
within an hour or 2. Yeah. Um,
Yeah, like, I love living in Philly because we can be in, like, DC, Baltimore, New
yeah,
York, Pittsburgh,
within a short
Virginia,
couple of
all
hours.
within, Boston, within 4 or 5-hour drive, you know what I mean? Like, New York
Yeah,
especially, we could be quickly, but even
yeah,
DC, we can get there in 2.5 hours. It's nice, you know what I mean? Like, you can kinda get around a
yeah.
lot of other places, and the shore, the mountains, it's nice where we are.
Do you have fast trains like
Yeah,
in America?
The Acela, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Like they do in Japan? Like the Shinkansen, the s
I don't know if
like
it's as
it's
fast as that, but I mean,
yeah.
it that's the fast train, it's more expensive if you wanna take it, but yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And that
Yeah,
it
yeah.
kinda covers from, like, DC up like, the whole eastern, you know there's kind of a
Right.
line that goes
Yeah.
DC, Baltimore, Philly, New York, Boston, it kinda covers that whole stretch.
Is it expensive to get a train like that?
Yeah, if
Like
you're
if you're
gonna do
going
that one, it is, yeah.
it is. Yeah, yeah,
You could
yeah.
just get it like Amtrak or, like, the local, transit, and it's less expensive, but you'll have more stops,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. So Tamara was just saying that, um well, Whizzupy, if I wanna go to Anchorage, which is the other city in the state, I drive oh, wow. So just go from one state to the next. Yeah, I could imagine
Yeah,
that.
'cause
Like,
it's so
it's
big up
like,
there.
being isolated is not always a good thing, is it? Like, when you grow up in a city like I did, you often, like, will look at that and go, "Oh, that would be amazing." But then when you're actually living there, it's like, probably not that, it's
Yeah.
everyone wants what they don't have. Like, if you come from the city, you imagine
You wanna
a
I think the
experience.
idea is like, "Oh, I gotta get out of the city." And then if you grow
Yes.
up, like, in, like, some little town somewhere, it's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I wanna move to the big
I
city."
wanna go it's the
Like,
opposite. You always
the
wanna do
grass
the
is always
opposite. Yeah,
greener.
yeah. Which is the other city, 300 miles. Yep, yep. I watch a guy on YouTube called the Van Guy. I watch that guy as well. I've watched that guy as well, the Van Guy. He lives in Boston and Ford Transit van, but travels all over the area exploding. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Sandra. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I've watched I love those. I've often because when I was in my early 20s, I did backpacking through Europe.
Aw,
And I went
my
I
cousin did that.
oh, did they? Is that can I ask? Because I've always thought in Australia, when I was growing up in the 90s, it was a very Australian thing to do, which is to go and live in London for like a year or 2, but you work there, right? So you get a job as a bartender or that sort of stuff, and then you travel around Europe, but you base yourself in London. Is that something that America does as well, like maybe in the 90s or not? Not as much?
Meaning to go to Europe and do that?
Yeah, or to do backpacking. So, like,
Yeah,
in
I
your
mean, my
you're you're in your early 20s, you go to London, you spent maybe a year there working, traveling around Europe. Yeah,
yeah,
um,
yeah, my cousins did that, it was in the '90s, like, maybe around
yeah,
92.
right.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, I think that that was a thing. If you were from a certain area or certain
yes.
I don't know that that was a thing for everybody in America, but
Yeah,
my cousin was from New York and
yeah, that's right.
they traveled
I
a lot, you know?
I backpacked too, and Australia was the best to hang with. Oh, Australians were the best to hang with. Well, I got to say, I pretty much spent a year and a half in backpacker hostels. So, and on average, I would share a room with 12 to 13 people. I can't believe I did this, by the way. It's like crazy thinking back
You
on it.
think about it now, right? Oh,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was exactly
And
June July. That was a
yeah,
that was a
proper
thing
nice.
in the '90s.
And then, but it wasn't just all male or female, it was mixed. You would share a room. So I went from living with my parents to sharing a room with 12 strangers, both male and female. It was the weirdest thing, but it was a great
That's
thing
the
because you
real
get to
world.
know each other. You get to know each other very well, and you stop and you become less prudish about certain stuff. You become, you know what I mean? Like it becomes normal life after a
Kinda
while.
have to.
Uh, and
Well, living
share
in
shower,
co-ed
yeah.
dorms is kinda the same way.
Yeah, dorms, yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
but everyone in the hostel was from different countries. So I would share a room with someone from Sweden, from Germany, from, New Zealand, Canada, America. So you'd be in this. I remember being in this room one night with 12 of us, and every single one of us was from a different country. And we had the lights down and we just talked all night till like 6 in the morning about where we're from. We couldn't even see
Yeah,
each other because it was dark. But
that's
we
cool.
would go, "Oh, where are you from?" "Oh, I'm from Germany." "Oh, wow. What did you?" It was amazing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was the funnest thing I think I ever did. The best part, international roomies. Yes, international roomies was the best part. And I'm still friends with a lot of the people on Facebook that I traveled with in the early 20s. Yeah. We
Yeah,
and
that's
back
cool.
and back then we used to be pen pals. So after I came back to Australia, I would get letters from.
Remember that back in the day? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You'd have to wait like 4 days or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I
God,
liked
my
about it
God.
though is your parents couldn't keep an eye on you all the time like now they do on social media. So
God, right?
I would ring them once a week and go, "Hey, I'm still alive. I'm in London," bang, bang, bang. And then I didn't have to like every day. Yeah. Yeah, I had England pen pal. So it was like the Waltons, "Good night, Elizabeth." Yes. Except Tamara, it was in different nationalities. So someone might say, "Buenas noches," or someone else would say, yeah, different. So because some of the people's English wasn't that great. Yeah.
Ennui.
On me. Yeah, 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 yeah. It was fun thing to do. Yeah. I miss it. Yeah. I like to do that in America. Some people in America do that. Um, what's that trip? Route 69 or 69 or something, where they go
66.
from
Route
66. They
66.
go from Los Angeles. Is it to Chicago? Is that
Uh,
the finish?
it goes, I honestly, I couldn't tell you if it goes in through Chicago, but it's
66.
Route
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
66. Yeah, it goes
Mm,
it goes through, I don't know, 15 states, I don't know, something like that.
yeah,
Well, Marcus Flowers that I work with, he and his
yeah.
family just did like a cross country thing in an RV.
Wow.
They said it was the best time ever. I was like,
Yeah,
"That sounds so fun. I would love that so much."
yeah, yeah, yeah. What's a 308? You could come backpack in Alaska, but you need your 308. What's a 308? Is that a gun?
I I don't know.
That was like a thing in the
Unless she
60s.
means you're 38. That's a gun. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, is that? At this time, people.
I don't know if
No.
she maybe put an extra 0 in there, but a 38 would be a gun, but a 308.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. A
Oh, I guess
rifle.
okay, so
Oh,
that's a
wow, a
rifle.
rifle.
I think a
Maybe
38 is
maybe I
a
won't
pistol.
come to Alaska. I'm not big on
Kill
guns.
bears.
Oh, to kill bears. Gotcha. I don't know. Bears. Okay. This is a raw
They have
Alaskan
wildlife
conversation.
up
This is
there.
like an Alaskan Not even Americans are understanding what she's saying.
No,
It's like an
I don't know.
Alaskan.
I mean,
Yeah,
Alaska's the other side of the world to me.
yeah, yeah. Sure. I mean, I've never actually shot a gun before in my life, but I'm sure I could learn. Bear spray these days.
Me neither.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd wanna kill a bear too. I don't know. I don't like the idea of killing a wild animal. I mean,
I know,
I
unless
would.
it's life or death.
If it was life and death, I would. But, yeah, I like the idea of, spray, like someone said. Yeah. Or even just trying to
It's
talk it down, trying to reason with it, you know what I mean? Trying to talk. Um, yeah, it'd be dangerous. Do you have to go?
well, it's getting a little late.
It's getting yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
I'm sitting
Yeah,
in
that's
the
not
park.
yeah, no thanks on the guns. I'm with you, Joe. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I don't care about guns either. I mean, look, I mean, not to get into a whole Second Amendment thing, but, like, I just
yeah,
on a personal level, I just don't,
yeah.
you know.
I don't think there's a problem with the guns thing. I think it's the when people, fetish when it's
Yeah,
like a
it's
fetish
the
about
fetish.
guns.
Right, like, when it becomes like you're obsessed with them. It's
Yeah.
weird to me. Yeah, like, I
Like those pictures you see of people with, like, their families and
like
and all
Thomas
the kids
Massey, the Christmas card
yeah,
you
Ross,
sent.
that's yeah,
Yeah,
just holding the guns. It's
yeah,
like the weirdest thing in the world. The first time I saw that photo, I just burst out laughing. I thought, "This has to be AI." Yeah.
it is
Uh,
weird.
good night, Melissa. I get it. Had so much fun with you.
Aw,
Thank you, Melissa.
oh,
Not just the woods, not just
this was
woods,
fun.
wildlife, and,
We did a
amazing.
more, a more personal,
Yeah, but I think
so
people liked it. I think people enjoyed the personal side of it as well because
yeah.
we get to chat,
Well, and I
I think
like
it's
getting to learn where everybody else is from too, it's fun.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly. Everyone's from, like, a different place. It's great. Mm,
Yeah, it's
mm,
cool. I love it. I love that
yeah.
stuff.
Alright, well, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining, Levy. Thanks, Sandra. Thanks, T.
Fun.
Thank you so much, guys. I really like it. What was that? Do you have an actual schedule of when you're on so that I can maybe not miss you next time? Um, yeah, so, are you talking about our show? So we usually do it once every 2 weeks, once a fortnight,
Wednesday
same
night
time.
at 7, every
Yeah,
other
your
week.
time. That's right.
So
Yeah.
the next one will be the 22nd
Yes.
at 7 PM Eastern Time.
Eastern time. Yeah, yeah.
Alright?
And if you're in Australia, it'll be on at 9 a.m. Eastern time,
That's
Australia
so
as well.
funny, yeah.
That's for Mary. For so Mary.
Yes, for
Yeah,
Mary.
yeah. Because I think she's the only other.
Australian, yeah, yeah.
See you then. Okay. Thank you
Sounds
so
good.
much.
Bye, everybody.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe to us and don't forget to, whatever. See you guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.